What's up, y'all? Welcome to the show. My name is Rivers Langley. What you're about to hear is part one of a very special two-part episode. This is episode number 297, which is going to be part one of our coverage of the entire year of 1997. This was genuinely one of the most fun shows that we've ever recorded, and that is thanks in no small part to our guest, the wonderfully funny and tall Kyle Clark. You can follow Kyle on all forms of social media at Kyle Clark is Rad. And speaking of Kyle and being rad, you can actually come see Kyle and myself live next month, along with our friends Keith Carey, Nicole Buchanan, and maybe Carter Glasscock if the scheduling allows. We'll see, but definitely those. Tuesday, October 19th, we are all going to be doing stand-up in my hometown of Auburn, Alabama. That's going to be downtown at the Coffee Cat. Coffee Cat is a coffee shop that is attached to a bar and restaurant called The Hound. So if you come to the show, you will be able to purchase drinks at the bar and then just walk through the interior door to the coffee shop where the show is. So you can get drinks. It's not just a coffee show. This is going to be so much fun. I mean, look, I'm about to unleash Keith Carey upon East Alabama. What is not exciting about that? So once again, that is Tuesday, October 19th. At the Coffee Cat in downtown Auburn, Alabama. The show is going to start around 8, and it's a free show, but I will be passing around a bucket to get these wonderful comedians gas money and all that, so bring a little cash for the offering, you know? One last announcement, and I am so stoked for this. Y'all are about to hear the world premiere of our brand new theme song. This has been a long time coming, and I am so happy with it. It was done by my friend Jonas the Space Cowboy, along with Captain Jimmy Stardust on guitar and bass. Those fellas are making incredible music right now out of Denver, Colorado, so be sure to check them out on Spotify and Bandcamp. Just look up Jonas the Space Cowboy. You'll find him. So, that's it for me up top. The Goods from the Woods, episode 297, 1997, part 1, January to June, starts right now. Hit it, Jonas! Welcome to the Goods from the Woods. My name is Rivers Langley.
I'm Sam Harder.
And I'm Carter Glasscock.
And we are so pleased to be joined by comedian, podcaster, comic book writer.
I'd like to think just friend of the show.
And friend of the show at this point. Yes, absolutely. Joining us for, this is episode 297.
Oh, shit.
And so we are covering the entire year of 1997 with our friend,
Kyle Clark.
Yeah.
Damn.
I think I've been doing Zoom for too long because I thought Rivers had frozen.
Oh, yeah.
No, some things never change.
Yep.
That shocks every guest every time.
They're always thrown through a loop.
Well, and so before we start, though, we started this little tradition during the Corona Diaries, and I'd like to keep it going now. Our friend, shout out to Hobo Eddie, listening up in Moses Lake, Washington.
Unhoused Eddie. Unhoused Edward, I call him.
Unhoused Eduardo.
So he heard us talking about it and decided to make manifest the legendary British energy drink. Ladies and gentlemen, this is pussy.
Whoa.
I've seen these in
He got him for us all.
I
right.
did.
Pussy all around.
A round of pussy, gentlemen.
round of pussy.
It is 100% natural ingredients.
R.I.P. But
Just
Bernie
water.
Mac's dream has come
Beet
true.
sugar.
That's right.
They
Pussy
have
in a can.
Pussy
Lime
in a
juice.
can.
Pussy by the pound.
Yeah.
This is actually one of the more healthy energy drinks
Right?
I've ever read the ingredients on.
Yeah, I think that was, the giant weird douchebag British man who came up with this idea. He was like, we got to have it all natural, man. And he's kind
From
of...
the Netherlands.
Just
It's from the Netherlands.
Oh, is that
Produced-
the
it says
coke-fueled
produced in the
businessman?
Netherlands.
Right,
Okay.
yeah.
But the company is from the UK and
Yeah.
distributed through Miami.
Whoever made
So it's
this
definitely
now
a
does
drug
apps.
front.
Yeah, whatever sales rep had to push this sounded like a shitty intolerant uncle. They're like, come on, man, pussy's good for you. Don't be afraid of pussy.
Well, and this also, I mean, it is I guess the company's based in England. It's manufactured in the Netherlands, but it is distributed out of Miami, Florida. So that continues our working theory that all energy drink companies are usually near where they can make a getaway to international waters
Absolutely.
because they're all
People travel
fronts.
far and wide to go buy pussy in Miami.
So they still make this?
Oh yeah. So this is it's available in England, and I was saying on the show like
If anybody's interested, pussynaturalenergy.com. I'm sure they get a lot
That
of...
feels weird because that feels like something where another website was like, fuck you. That's ours.
Yeah.
The thing-
Ours is a positive thing,
they,
you monster.
they get hits all the time from people looking
Oh,
for
yeah.
porno and then
Right.
accidentally...
Or
finding
empowerment
this.
with that web
or,
address.
or in England, are they just
True.
like, yeah, it's the cat energy drink, right?
well, that was his kind of troll, right? Was he was
Right.
because the advertising board, I guess, in England was saying like, oh, you can't put pussy on a billboard, and he's like, it's all natural. It's about a cat.
You can't put pussy on Main Street, all right? That's right. You can't drink it. What's wrong with you, mate? All right.
So let us, without further ado, let's give
crack 'em open.
the pussy a sample. God. All right, gentlemen. Cheers to our.
Let us bump our pussies together.
It smells bad. I just want to say...
Can I say it before anybody
Well-
else? That's good pussy.
That's
Yeah.
very good.
I feel like
It's tangy pussy. It's
no,
tangy.
This is not good.
it's not.
It's not good at all.
I-
This is some bad
I'm gonna
pussy.
finish
This
it because
is
it has
bad
caffeine
pussy.
in it.
I maybe have done too many energy drinks because I'm like, it's good.
I've done too many.
I love it.
Banging too many.
I do.
energy
I
drinks.
love me an energy drink.
I like energy drinks too, but I do not like this flavor at all. Passion fruit.
Yeah.
Lychee.
the
lychee.
Yeah,
is where-
lychee. That's
Well, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, it's
I know leche. Lychee
Well-
sounds bad.
I'm not gonna go on about how bad pussy tastes because I want to be a considerate lover.
Yeah.
fucking
It's horrible tasting.
DJ Khaled over here.
Yeah, Jesus, you know. But yeah, no, this is
Ironically, he would love this.
ironic. Oh yeah, that's right. He's a selfish lover.
And a Miami guy.
I bet
It's local and yeah.
He probably has an energy drink. If I had to gamble on it,
He's at
if I had
least
to put
invested.
20
There's gotta
on
be a
yes
win
or no,
juice.
I would say yes.
If
I like
he
how this
doesn't,
has-
he's fucking up.
I like how this has exactly 98 calories.
Yes, very specific.
so specific.
That's
like
got to be some
The
like.
specificity of a lie.
It's got to be like
Yeah.
some British government shit that you know, not a calorie more. It's so healthy.
It's the Illuminati.
yeah, this got Illuminati written all over.
You know what?
it.
This kind of reminds me of Orangina.
Yes, very much so.
Which we would all refer to as Orangina because we were
You're right.
10.
It does have a very orangey taste.
Yeah, Euro soda feel for sure.
I mean,
I'm a fan. I love
do you
it.
ever get over saying I'm drinking pussy until the end of it to consider the taste?
I guess
I think
not.
Here's my question: demographic.
Yeah.
What were they aiming? Like bad teenagers.
it is
Creeps,
for
yeah,
seemingly
creeps and
no one.
teenagers, yeah.
It's kind of strange because I was expecting this to be a very like easily mixable drink.
Yes.
I thought it
Because-
was going to taste like Red Bull.
Yeah, exactly. I was thinking it was going to be something because if you look at like the decoration on the can, it looks like the mid 2000s like Affliction and
Oh,
True
yeah.
Religion
Yeah,
pants.
yeah.
Yes.
It's kind of got like Vegas circa
It's
2007
Flower
vibes.
tribal.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Floral
Flower-
tribal.
Floral tribal,
Yeah. Like right before Ed Hardy hit, it
Yes.
was this sort of
Before we
aesthetic.
started icing things down.
Yeah, and of course, everything in Europe it takes like 10 years to hit over there. So, but I was thinking like it was going to be like a stronger taste than what it is.
Yeah.
I just found it delightful.
It's got a little bit of like, man, I'm really gonna fucking set myself up here. It's got a bit of an elderflower soda vibe to it.
I don't know. Like I said, I'll
It's
stand
funny
up
because
for
the
it.
shitlord teen who would buy it for its name would not enjoy the flavor or can design.
Right.
I think their entire business model is based on people like
People
me.
having podcasts and drinking.
That's what I was going to say. People like me who are like, hey, guys, look what I found.
I made a thing for YouTube, but it's a drink.
Yeah, like the floral tribal, like the weird tech regal thing that's going on.
I think that's the disconnect of British culture, perhaps.
I feel like the person who would buy this would do it to crack it, take a selfie,
Yes.
post it on Instagram,
And then
like,
throw it together.
look what I am.
And by the way, if you'd like to see a picture of us all drinking pussy, I'll put that on our Twitter so people
no.
can see.
I can't drink a drop more. I already drank too much coffee on accident, so
Right.
this is
Well,
disgusting.
You've reached
to
your
me.
limit on pussy.
I fucking absolutely.
I-
Well, when we hit about hour 5 of this, I'll make your warm pussy and put it to my lips.
I was going to say.
That's nice.
Thank you.
We don't waste pussy in this house. Jesus, so many bad pussy puns that sound.
It's
make
fun
me
to
sound
set
like
up
a monster. yeah.
wildly unnecessary game before all of this goes down.
Right.
We've just thrown a fucking live grenade into the year 1997.
Yeah. Just casually remembering 1997, just kicking back, drinking pussy. How old were we in 1997?
I was like 8 or 9.
8 or 9?
At 9, I think.
Oh, I'm
yeah.
10 because I'm an 87 boy. So 97, I was 10 years
I was
old.
10 as well.
Yeah, I turned 11 on July 14th.
The elder statesman
Yeah.
of 1997 right
Yeah.
here.
So yeah, what are your memories?
I know-
when you told me we were doing it, I was like trying to remember.
Oh, I had a flood. It's, we've been texting back and forth. And he was like, "Do you need anything?" And I started throwing ones. He's like, "Look, I've got whatever you're going to bring."
Most of the things I remember, I'm finding out from 1997, were made in 1996
Or 98.
or 98.
Yeah.
Exactly. And like 97 is, I was telling Rivers before this, it's like such a representative, like when you think of like outdated, stupid 90s stuff, like the first year that pops into your brain is 1997.
Apex.
Yeah.
It's 97, 94 and 97 to me are like the two poles of the 90s. I'm imagining I've done this thesis on this podcast before at some point, but that there are
Right.
two 90s. Like when you do 90s revival, the reason people are getting so confused about it now is you have to split the 90s at 95.
Right.
Because the grunge period is the first. It's grunge and fucking gangster rap. And then it becomes unbridled capitalism at its apex. So it's like adult contemporary pop and Puff Daddy stuff.
Hootie broke the 90s in half.
And so it's the because all of those bands from Matchbox 20 to Hootie are when you let executives figure out what their kids liked in grunge, you get Matchbox 20.
Yeah.
Sure,
And,
sure.
and the same way, like the flip of like gangster rap, it flips into like, but what if Shiny closed forever and flying in one of those iFly things, and
Absolutely.
sampling the best of 70s gold.
Well, I think that's an interesting thing, especially where music is concerned. Like that like 97 seemed like it was like the year of huge singles,
Yes,
but not
yes.
albums necessarily.
It is like a weird apex of like American culture in a very strange way.
Right.
Like in a way that America does not take pride in, but is also maybe the most American.
Yeah.
of
yeah,
yours.
the most consumeristic, like soundtrack to your vacation kind of music.
If it can be commodified, it has been.
It's
Right.
It's not a coincidence that is the year Oreos were made into cereal.
Yes.
That's the Oreo O's.
God, I love Oreo.
Because I did look
Oh,
up.
man.
I was
Okay,
like,
Okay. This is my question though. What do you remember?
Oh,
as
specifically.
a
Okay.
child in 1997.
So my birthday party was at Callaway Gardens, which is some extremely rich Georgia landowner has this park. It's like a private park, and they got a lake, and there's definitely a picture of shirtless, chubby ass me opening up lots of Lost World dinosaurs.
I
at
too had a
picnic
Lost
table.
World birthday.
Fuck yeah, and that era to me it just equals like sweaty. And they used to run a promotion at Coca-Cola called the Red Hot Summer.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, if I'm just like, you'd say 1997 to me, it's like I am fat, shirtless, Red Hot Summer signs
Yeah.
everywhere, and very
Nice,
sweaty in
nice.
Georgia somewhere.
We're not that far off. Like I was really just starting to lean into getting fat.
yeah.
Just
Oh,
really
Me
going
too.
pro.
Damn it! Why did
Like,
I was gonna say
10, it's your
from
body's just like
second,
I was
second
porking
to
out,
third
dude.
grade.
Yeah.
I just blew the
four,
fuck up.
four fun chubby little boys here.
Every day, one box of Cheez-Its, like
Yeah.
minimum.
I was drinking
I will throw this
Cokes
out.
like they were water.
We are living in the heyday of a Dunkaroo situation where like
yeah,
we are the
buddy.
last
Processed
generation of fucking kids who got that good garbage.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right before they figured out it was poison.
That you should not give a kid a fruit roll-up.
Right before, we were raised off of it, and then they're like, "Oh wait,
We poisoned.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose the fact that we also just discussed we all got nice and fat.
Yeah.
Although
Yeah.
again, what are the modern kids' excuses?
Yeah.
I eat better now, and I eat more cleaner, and
We just
have
ate a
higher
shitload
palate.
of wings.
Well, but what I'll say is this:
We did.
I still love garbage.
Oh,
I
yeah.
feel like adulthood is not these people who abandon garbage.
No.
Like it's just
Right.
like you got to pick your battles, and you really learn in your heart
No, yeah,
what
yeah.
garbage you love versus what garbage you can leave
Oh yeah,
behind.
our nostalgia is garbage, like hyper sugarized, like shit,
And it's
like
still my best friend.
I was gonna
yeah.
say,
It's like a warm hug from the past. Yeah,
Sam, I'm so happy you brought this up. The first thing I got written down because I was like, I went down, music and movies and TV shows and all that stuff, and then right before we were
Food.
going to record, I was like, what all foods dropped this year? And it
Big
is
food year.
McFlurry. This is the beginning of the
The
McFlurry.
invention of the fucking shittiest spoon of all time. It's not a straw, no matter how many times you fucking forget.
wait, McFlurries are 24 years old.
Yeah, man. McFlurry dropped in 97. Also, big
taste
cereal
like
year. As I mentioned, Oreo O's.
Turned the milk dark black. It was great.
Was Cinnamon Toast Crunch around this time?
French toast.
French toast crunch.
French toast
dropped.
crunch.
Is this waffle crisp too?
I think that was slightly before,
Okay.
but the big one was this was the year that they had that awful tragedy at the Captain Crunch
Oh my God,
factory,
where
and
everybody- yeah.
we had Oops All Berries.
Yes.
Oh yeah, so many people died.
It was such a
in that.
tragedy. I will say this. I will always be grateful to Oops All Berries for giving me maybe one of the best discourse terms of all time, because Oops All Blank is something that is a friend of mine was talking about some review he had read that called the movie Mother Oops All Allegories. And I was like, well, that's a format that I'm going to steal full time.
Oops, all berries, no daddies to watch you graduate.
I just I like the hesitancy, and it's a bit of that Gen X distancy kind of thing of just being like, we're just putting it out there. It was a little mistake,
Yep.
but you're gonna enjoy it. Like they're not just owning it.
It's an echo of OK Cola for sure.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
right.
And it's strange that at this point they don't just own it like berries, motherfucker. Like you've been eating this for 24 years. It's not
That's
an
actually
oops.
what the generic one that you get from Kroger is called.
berries, motherfucker.
Berries, bitch, is what it's called.
And also
That's the Wawa version.
Is the Wawa version.
and also Pizza Hut attempted to solve a age-old problem, which is that kids don't fuck with crust.
Was this the fucking stuffed crust here?
No. This was the edge.
Oh,
This was-
yes.
Yeah, so stuffed crust. They were like, oh, we'll fill the crust with cheese, and now they're just like, fuck you, no crust.
First time this will happen, in my mind I was like, the edge is pretty recent. I thought
No, they brought it back. They
bring
brought
it
it
back.
back.
Yeah,
I forgot that.
that was
existed.
that's kind of towards the end of their glorious first run of pizzas, because that's
Oh,
post
yeah.
Big New Yorker and
Yeah.
Bigfoot.
Bigfoot, all that
Yeah.
shit. Yep.
They went, the authentic New Yorker pizza for Pizza Hut. Yeah. But wait,
yeah.
were we talking about what we remember from '97?
Yeah,
specifically.
So I have one, and it's the shittiest kid memory because
Oh,
it's
good.
so focused on
Perfect,
toys. We went
perfect.
to New York City and Virginia as a vacation because we went to my mom's best friend lived in New York City and her sister lived in Washington D.C. So we did this double trip. It was kind of the first. It was the first time I ever went to the East Coast, and I became obsessed with New York. For many years, I wanted to go there. I settled for Long Beach, but I have just such a memory.
Start spreading the news.
Just a 10-year-old boy standing in FAO Schwartz's main lobby,
Oh, shit.
where it is decked out with every Men in Black toy that they can make, and it is just playing that song and the video on repeat. And I just was like, kill me here. Just spread my ashes around this room. This is all I'll ever need. Will Smith, the greatest artist in America, is dancing with Mikey the Alien.
Oh,
and
yeah.
fucking everything else is bullshit.
On top of the world at this point,
Oh, yeah.
by the way.
Oh,
yeah.
we're gonna get to Will Smith for
That was
sure.
the
The
first
true
cassette.
golden age.
The first cassette I bought was the Men in Black soundtrack.
Yeah,
Man,
yeah.
They
I
won't.
feel you.
They won't let you remember. They just won't. You
The
can
whole
ask them.
thing had bangers. It wasn't even that song. You could listen to that. That's back when soundtracks. Look, kids. Look all the
I was
kids
like,
listening. Soundtracks used to be good.
I was like, did you
The
appreciate
Matrix, Empire
They
Records,
used to be-
Can't Hardly
well, they used
Wait.
to be-
Batman and Robin?
Yeah.
Or, no, I'm sorry, Batman Forever had an incredible
Batman and
soundtrack.
Robin had that good fucking Smashing Pumpkins song.
That's right,
That they
that's
used in the
right.
Watchmen
They
trailer.
would commission bands to make songs that rule.
The Matrix soundtrack.
Yeah.
God
The
damn.
Matrix soundtrack?
Weirdly, the Godzilla soundtrack outside of the Jimmy Page Puff Daddy jam had some good stuff, some good Jamiroquai Rage in there.
Yeah.
The Don't Be a Menace soundtrack.
Yeah.
Hard.
Oh man, I mean, if we're getting it into like the new metal horror movie soundtracks too, like Queen of the Damned and all those.
I was going to say, it's weird how like that's kind of the ultimate Queen of the Damned legacy.
Yeah, it's the soundtrack.
It's just it's that and the Spawn soundtrack.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
What about you? What's your memory of 97?
Actually, as we were talking about it, I remembered that whole bit that I do on the album from the house fire.
Oh, the house fire.
That happened in 1997.
No shit. Oh, man.
I even start the bit with like, it was in the year 1997. And it is, I was, that whole, I'm sure you've heard that.
I was going to say, we'll pop it at the end of this episode in case people haven't heard it.
Pop it in it. But just to color it in a little bit more. So yeah, I was super fat at the time. It was a glorious time to be fat.
Yeah.
And
the sodas were never thicker.
Sodas were never thicker.
Oh yes.
Yeah. There was no Surge, M&Ms, cheese.
Want me to tell you a fun fat kid story after this, please?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Oh, I mean, just all day long. And so my house burned down as the bit will detail.
Hysterical.
I was in the bath while my house burnt down.
You were safe around water.
I was, yeah. I was also like 10, so I was like, oh, they're using a flamethrower to work on the kitchen.
You're just in there.
Yeah.
Splish, splash, I'll take it up.
I mean, at this point,
singing into a hairbrush.
Yeah, like I had like a hair made of foam and shit, and
Mohawked out,
and like I thought that like Jurassic Park was a documentary, and I was an idiot. I was 10 years old. Like, so all that happened. Long story short, I had to like go across the street to ask for help from the neighbors naked because I had to run out of the bath. And I remember afterwards, someone from the fire department was talking to my mom, and my mom's crying because this is before phones and shit, and before like smartphones. So
And her house burned down.
Well, yeah, but she was sad that there weren't smartphones yet. She had a vision, and she was like, "Why aren't they here yet?" But no, like,
why can't I play Candy Crush while I wait on these firefighters to put up my house?
Well, I say that to say that a lot of our pictures got destroyed. Like a lot of our photos got destroyed, and that was really tearing my mom up.
Yeah.
And this guy from the fire department was really consoling my mom very nicely. He's going like, "It's all gone. It's all gone. It's never coming back. All of it's gone." And she was like, "And what about this?" Like, "Oh yeah, that's gone too. Ruin it." I mean, like he was just like. And he was in Birmingham, Alabama, too. Like, this doesn't happen all the time. Like, he could have, like...
What if even that he's like, it does.
It does.
He just wills just pushes his agenda.
Then he runs away. He doesn't even work for the fire department. He's just
Y'all's photos was the 6th most fucked up thing he saw that day.
Yeah.
I guess he doesn't want to betray her trust and be like, yeah, maybe it'll all be fine while her house is in fucking rubble.
I'm a level with you, okay? Just like your house is leveled. I'm a level with you. So I remember my mom was crying, but I remember going into the living room, which was kind of sort of not touched, but it's a lot of smoke damage, but the fire didn't get to it.
Yeah.
And my N64 and my newly acquired copy from the previous Christmas of GoldenEye was untouched. So I was like, ain't that bad. Ain't that bad.
Every day.
Damn.
But yeah, I mean, that's definitely the thing that sticks out the most about me personally from 1997. Yeah.
Well, let's jump into the timeline here because I've got some premieres, some debuts, some all kinds of stuff.
Excited. We just kicking it off in January.
Kicking it off as we always do, December 31st, 1996.
Yeah.
Times Square. Dick Clark's Rockin'
And Alive.
Eve. Yeah.
Dick Clark's alive New Year's.
Yeah, Dick Clark's alive. Dick Clark's.
Defined in the face of God alive at this point, 24 years ago.
Dick Clark's God, I dare you to kill me New Year's Eve.
It's Dick Clark.
I dare you to put one finger on me. I will fucking end you.
Come get me, God.
Ryan Seacrest is in the shadows, just sharpening a knife, and just it was one day.
Ryan Seacrest was 50 at this point.
Yeah. But yeah, Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve, Times Square, -7 degrees in Times Square.
Jesus.
So it was a chilly one. And I wanted to shout out this person, YouTube, for uploading a video called Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve 96-97 with commercials.
That's my favorite shit in the entire internet.
We'll talk about the actual thing, but this unlocked something in my brain because I'd completely forgotten about this, but this was like huge.
I love eggs from my head down to my legs.
It's the
minutes they're done, perfect on the run.
Heard the latest news about eggs and cholesterol? Look for this ad in these magazines.
The incredible. The Egg Council doing their work.
Yeah, so it's not a commercial for eggs. It's a commercial for an article in a magazine about eggs. And I was like, this would never happen.
Well, it's sort of like the beef it's what for dinner. Like we just, for a while there, we just had commercials about products you could eat. Like, or not even products, just like things you could eat.
Nouns.
Eggs,
common
fucking
nouns.
eat them. Milk, there. Beef, you could have it for dinner.
Pork.
Chairs, sit down in a chair. Chairs are good for sitting.
It would have gotten there.
The American Chair Council.
has to exist.
The American Butt Federation.
Glasses, wear them. They help you see.
If all our podcasts ever unite, we have to call it the American Butt Foundation.
The American Butt Foundation.
The ABF.
They do like a lot of good work for colon cancer,
Yeah.
but they're just like, what is so funny about our name?
The guy just going, I love eggs.
From my head down to my legs. Killer rhyme.
There's like
Good stuff.
As bars.
the image is like me on like a hardwood floor, like playing with toys, and just that is in the background.
Yes.
I love eggs.
That played over many, many Home Improvement syndicated episodes on Fox that I was watching before Simpsons.
Handshakes,
That's-
they're good. They seal the deal.
If I can break down the 90s into one specific thing, it is just me from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock watching Home Improvement, Simpsons, Home Improvement, Simpsons, and then
Yeah.
primetime TV has started.
Yeah.
But yeah, the event was hosted by Dick Clark, who they have outside, obviously, in the -7 degrees.
Get your old ass
That's
out in the
also
cold.
like this is back when global warming wasn't so alarmingly obvious as it is now, where it's just kind of warm all the time.
But it's being hosted by the co-stars of the film Clueless, Donald Faison and Stacey Dash.
Okay, was curious
Herschel.
who the answers were going to be because
Yeah. Prior to her being a total right-wing loony, Stacey Dash is hosting this thing, and about 10 minutes in,
She's looking good.
she is looking, she is rolling with the homies, indeed. And about 10 minutes, in case anyone needed to know what the soundtrack of the previous year was, they just roll right into it.
This year there was a brand new dance.
Yeah, we couldn't let 1996 go by without saluting the hottest dance craze of them all.
Thank
And the
God
biggest record
we're
of the
leaving
year.
this one
Please
behind.
join our two resident
God.
experts, Mason and Harris,
Wait,
as they lead us.
they have experts on the Macarena.
Mason and Harris, was that their name?
Yes. Mason and Harris are the.
I gotta say, at least Donald Faison gave a spirited Macarena. And it just cuts.
This is, this
It's
just proves
hypnotic.
that this is for your grandma. I mean, it's hosted by Dick Clark already.
Oh yeah,
But now-
absolutely.
Oh, this is the new crazy
Now,
dance.
follow up before we get too judgy. Can we confirm at future Rockin' Eves no one ever did a Harlem Shake?
I don't know. That's a good question.
No, it's too hard.
Yeah, it's too
They
difficult.
They wouldn't try
But
to teach old
maybe
people that they'd hurt themselves.
Mason Jr.
Yeah.
That was
and
the internet had
Shauna
been around already.
knew it now.
Yeah, the dance craze has got more and more complicated. The cha-cha slide, all everyone remembers is cha-cha, real smooth. Like that's this one
No,
was.
it's the where they go Charlie Brown and everybody does something different.
Oh, I forgot about the Charlie Brown part. Yeah,
It's, all those years fucking doing middle school dance soundtracks. The cha-cha slide just lives in my heart.
remember when the Macarena was part of like physical fitness and
Yeah,
gym?
they'd make us
Just-
do it in music.
Can you
class.
imagine going to
Yeah.
a baseball game in '96 where every 50 seconds you are asked to do the Macarena again?
And you loved it. And you're
Again.
like, this rules. I get to do it again. Hopefully they'll keep doing this the whole time.
Someone's
would.
dad gets up, like, okay, all right, I guess everyone's doing it. I can do that one.
One of those, like, does this make you feel old videos that somebody should do is just having, someone who's like 12 or 13 be in a room with a bunch of people our age, and then they play that song and everyone knows what to do, and just the look of horror on their face as everyone immediately snaps into
It's like we're being turned on Manchurian Candidate style or something. Like we're about to go
it's
kill
scary
somebody.
to watch a bunch of people doing it
Yeah,
at
we're
once.
being commanded by our galactic overlords to go like.
You gotta. It's what they don't say. The way you can do the dance best is if you roll your eyes up into the back of your head as you do it and lightly shake.
and then like the first couple of bars of the actual song, and then Rectus Domine.
yeah, the part where he goes, "Aight," and you just puke blood. But yeah, that song, that was, the song of 96. But here's the thing. That shit was still the number 82 best-selling song of 97 as well.
The CD age is something I think about a lot.
I will go on record and say I miss it, or it just makes me feel old.
But yeah, this was the 25th New Year's Rockin' Eve, and Dick Clark was saying that he couldn't communicate with his director because the crowd was too loud, and also there were, quote-unquote, several nude men that kept appearing on screen. So as they kept cutting down, it's
With
-7.
with the tiniest dicks you've ever seen in your life. Yeah.
Just the children of Soy Bomb, which is a cult we're starting.
Yeah. The
It's another thing that someone will turn their head at you if they're under a certain age. Like, what
Yeah.
the fuck is a soy bomb?
Just be like, it's funnier this way. Because when you find it out, you're like, that's dumb.
Is soy bomb a bowl I can get at Sweet Green?
No, but I'm pretty sure it's a weed strain.
It has got to be a weed strain. Absolutely.
Ooh.
Let's
patent that one now.
Dude.
Oh, you guys didn't see Sam's eyes turn into
That's
cartoon
fucking-
dollar signs.
Think of how many people love weed and nostalgia.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, if you make weed strains, this is a separate thing. If you make weed strains for like people in
cut
their
this
30s,
out of the podcast. We don't want anybody.
yeah, no,
stealing
we don't
these
want anyone
ideas.
horning in on this action. You make weed strains for people in their 30s, which is like not as intense. It's just like enough to like, I don't know.
Dude, I don't even smoke weed. I would buy a weed strain called the Macarena.
Right, yeah.
Exactly.
I would buy a weed strain called Yourself or Someone Like You. Or an edible.
The lineup, so you're asking about the artists. We got Jan Arden.
See, this is the best part, is the like corporate label people who get put onto all these events. And I love it.
Jan Arden, the poor man's Natalie Merchant. I'm sorry, Jan. You just are. We got the Tony Rich Project, which is like LaFace Records. Lots of ballads, lots of bongos.
Again, I feel like LaFace Records really had like an Ian with the New Year's for a long time. Like, you need somebody who sounds like Luther Vandross, so
Yep.
fucking just call us.
Right.
We've got the presidents of the United States of
Fuck
America.
yeah, dog.
Oh man, loved him.
Yeah.
That
One
was
of my great regrets in college, not going and seeing him live.
They only give them one song.
I've seen them live.
I've
seen them live.
They just do Peaches. No, they don't do Lump because the next artist, Weird Al Yankovic,
Who does Gump.
and they don't. Weirdly, I was like, they should play together.
Yeah.
but they don't.
let them play the music.
Yeah.
Presidents of the United States are in the front row, losing their minds. They love it.
That's
so.
fun. That's still fun.
Yeah,
I appreciate that Weird Al keeps the same band he has, but it's
Yeah,
like, dude,
they deserve a check. They deserve to be
Yeah.
on TV. They work hard every other day.
But you could do both bands. Is that like...
but it's like Presidents of the United States of America are a power trio.
Yeah.
Like they wouldn't even be like someone would be sitting around
Look,
just stuck with
John
tambourine.
Bermuda Shorts will live a cold day in hell before he fucking shares the stage with those hacks.
And finally, live via satellite from the Continental Airlines Arena, Kiss.
Kiss.
So they were just doing a New
on
Year's
their
show.
last legs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What we wished was their
Yeah.
last legs.
Yeah.
Right, they were on their last legs of 8 pairs of last legs.
yeah.
Right before Psycho Circus.
Right,
started.
right.
Yeah.
At the same satanic rituals Dick Clark attends to get a forever aging serum.
When I was watching the Kiss performance, it occurred to me that like there's a very real chance that would have been the first time I ever saw Kiss.
Okay,
because
yeah.
I used to watch these things. That's why I'm kind of
Yeah,
obsessed with them. But
everybody did.
I think that must have been, if it wasn't then, it would have been the Super Bowl previous that they played. But
I know him from one of those classic rock compilations.
Oh,
there was
yeah,
footage,
sure.
and I used to get them and Alice Cooper confused, and then like it was further confused because like I didn't know Kiss because like my family collectively hate Kiss but love Alice Cooper as one of the all timers.
Okay, yeah.
So I for many years was like, what the fuck is this off brand Alice Cooper bullshit? And then slowly came like, oh, they're a very popular band called Kiss, as it turns out,
Yeah.
and like
And they just happen to suck.
yeah, it's just, and that's always the thing is I would always watch them and go like, okay, like I get intellectually what is happening here, but even as a 10-year-old boy, I'm like, is there more?
Yeah.
No, ICP took it and they ran with it.
Oh,
yeah.
I would-
as did Marilyn Manson.
Every band
yeah.
that rips off what Kiss does it categorically better.
yeah,
like,
Slipknot.
like Slipknot, Rob Zombie, fucking Billie Eilish.
Image,
like,
cool.
like-
Take away the douchebag part.
Yeah,
the
it
image
turns
was
out you remove the
good.
members of Kiss, and Kiss
Yeah.
gets so fucking good.
Oh man, yeah. Especially once you hear Gene Simmons speak about anything.
We're also all
Yeah.
going to be murdered by Kiss fans now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yasmin Bleeth from Baywatch was also there.
Just what a window. What a specific.
For some reason.
I think I can also put this very specific time period. Shout out to my elementary school friend Kevin Sulla, cool guy, and he was just for anything that was like a sexy lady at that time. It was like her and Tyra Banks,
Cindy
and
Crawford.
Sable from fucking wrestling.
Fuck
Oh yeah, Sable.
So I have this weird knowledge of that just because of my fun, horny friend when we were 10.
Well, yeah, that's New Year's Eve. January 1st, Townes Van Zandt dies.
Jesus.
I didn't know.
I thought he died way before
That's
that.
what I thought
Yeah,
too.
me too.
He was working with Steve Shelley from Sonic Youth.
Whoa.
At the time, they were making a record, and he fell
so
down the
cool.
stairs. And because he didn't want to be in the hospital because he had to keep drinking to stop his everything from shutting down,
Yeah.
he's like, well, if I'm in the hospital, I can't drink. So he just didn't go to the
But
hospital.
they could have given him
That's
chemical
dedication.
booze. Like, he would have been fine.
Well, that's the thing. He finally did go to the hospital because it started, getting septic, I
Yeah.
think. And then he went. They discharged him. He smoked a big old joint, drank a pint of vodka, and then his heart stopped. So,
Jesus.
yeah, real fucked up. January 7th, though.
That's how he wanted to go out, clearly.
I mean, it's not like when other artists die in a similar fashion where you're like, what a fucking tragedy. In that case, you're just like, man, you fucking went out the way you always intended.
Yeah, yeah.
From the first song you wrote, first line was, I'ma die in about 97, fresh from the hospital from an accident. I'm gonna drink too much booze and be dead.
With the guy from Sonic Youth.
Yeah, but before that, Poncho was.
I mean, that's like so many moments he could have died. You
Yeah.
gotta think Steve
Oh,
Shelley
yeah.
had to have been like, so we're not recording.
You guys
anymore.
have seen
So-
the Hump the Drum movie, right? I never remember what it's called. That's
Hump
the
the-
parody movie of Townes Van Zandt.
No.
Hump the drum.
It's fucking IFC played it one afternoon, and my dad and I watched this fucking movie, and I've never been able to find it again.
Whoa.
And it is a mock documentary parody of like outlaw country
Heart-worn
singers,
highways kind of thing, yeah.
And there's a ton of just like great, like half the cast is just killer session country musicians out of like Nashville and shit.
Yeah.
But like
Wow.
the big grandpa. Oh, that's why I said, because that's the period where my dad was like, yes, you love Graham Parsons. But his whole thing was that he got blackout drunk and humped his band members' drum once. So now he'll be up playing songs, and it's like him like trying to play acoustic, and they're just like, hump that drum.
Just a mere 6 days later, we get
Yo, I'll tell you what I want.
kicking this motherfucker off.
It literally is just like 1997 is just this song starts playing and it smash cuts 1997.
Yes.
Me and Rivers were thinking, like, if you make a
Yes.
movie,
Yeah.
and this is the premise, is
Yes.
if you make a movie now about 1997, what plays as like
As the
Universal-
Warner Brothers
Yes.
logo
Yes,
appears.
absolutely. Yeah,
I think it's this song.
The Universal logo spins into focus
Yes.
as fucking
As which
Sherry
song?
Spice kicks this shit off.
yeah.
Immediate laugh from the audience.
Yes.
If you play this.
Yeah. So this is when the single gets released, and this stayed at number one for 4 weeks and was the
all?
the highest ever debut by a non-American act, beating the
Fuck you,
the
Beatles.
Beatles. Yeah.
Eat a dick, Rolling Stones, and fuck off Oasis.
This album would be the highest selling album of the year in the U.S. 5.3 million
More than
records
fucking
sold.
Tub Thumping.
Yeah, dude. So
I mean, this shit was like, I drove to school, I carpooled to school with my neighbors, who were a bunch of girls, and they were
the ones
obsessed
you
with the shit.
appeared before.
Right,
In
and
the,
then
in the buff, yeah.
As per the the fire story, still had to keep
So you're
riding to
just
school with them.
naked fire kid to this people.
Pretty much, like even now, like you're a naked fire kid moved to Los Angeles,
Yo, I've seen your dick. It was in.
and it was really small. Then you cried a lot, and I took you to the mall. You ate in, you ate in, you ate in, you ate in, then you took a shit, and then I took you home.
This is truly part of that golden age of young boys going like, I like this song and no one must know, so I've really got to overreact like I hate it.
Oh yeah, this is when kids would
It's
buy
like,
the CD.
You're supposed to like Godsmack, young man. You can't enjoy any of this fun music that makes you feel funny.
Dude, this is when boys would buy this album, they'd be like, I bought it for the liner notes so I can look at
see
it.
the
pictures of
I can look at the pictures.
That is how straight I am. I will buy objects that mean nothing to me to look at photos.
My brother bought this CD. Or wait, no, never mind. It wasn't this one.
Which one?
He ended up buying a Britney Spears CD.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Right, and he just unabashed.
Well,
She
that
was like,
first
it's
one's
great.
just singles
Yeah.
for days. She's like, goddamn Boston.
Yeah.
We were so insecure that we couldn't admit to liking.
Well, I remember
Pop music.
a friend
Yeah,
of
teen
like
pop.
some school event some girl like whose parents were also in PTA had left her CDs at some event, and it was like NSYNC and the Backstreet Boys and the Spice Girls. I just remember like listening to them all in secret, and then like putting them back like I hadn't fucked with them and shit. Like,
If this came on MTV, you just don't change the channel.
Yeah.
You know, and you're just like, it was just playing.
Yeah.
And your older brother comes in and is like, hey, what are you doing?
This real quick, I did just want to read this because this is how critics were reacting to this. Carla Peterson from the San Diego Union Tribune said, "Wannabe has written all over it. It's relentlessly catchy and horrifyingly hummable," which is again that thing of just people being like, "This is fucking undeniable," but I have to like take a step back and be like, "Yeah, but like." You know, I'm cooler than this kind of a thing.
Yeah, like,
and it's not like there was like centralized hip stuff back then. So like,
I think it's like what you guys were saying. It was like coming to a mass explosion of corporate popular things being way too much put together.
I
and
maintain
people started kind of realizing like,
this
oh wait,
is the
this
path that
sucks.
leads to LFO's Summer Girls.
Yeah.
Like, which is maybe one of my favorite time periods and genres of music is like corporate ultra pop of the late 90s is something that I could just spend the rest of my life studying because it's just such a perfect machine.
That's Wannabe, and I wanted to talk about this song because this was the follow up.
Is it To Become One?
No, it's Say You'll Be There.
Oh, okay.
Which I have not listened to since 1997, and
excited
I
for this.
forgot how fucking weird musically this song is. There are Compton whistles. There's a harmonica solo from the guy who did the harmonica on Karma Chameleon.
Oh yeah, this song.
Holy
Yeah.
shit. Oh, I haven't heard this song.
Dude, that's got those like Dr. Dre.
It's got the Compton whistle, yeah. Like, this song is truly
This
bizarre.
song fucking slaps.
It slaps, and the video.
This would be rock music now too, which is funny.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I like this song.
I
Yeah,
genuinely
dude,
do as
now.
well. It's like a funky R&B song.
Yeah.
The
I
video.
just forgot that this was the fucking Spice Girls.
Yeah, I fucking love this.
Oh yeah, this is a good
Cool
shit.
song, yeah.
And the video, they're in the desert. They're doing magic. They're throwing ninja stars at fish bowls.
I remember
Is this
that.
a Mick G video, perchance?
I don't know.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
weird though.
Although
It's-
it
maybe
might be
Hype Williams. Perhaps.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
Probably because he's the fucking California Love video, right?
Yeah, I think that's right.
Oh yeah.
Well, it is interesting to think, as opposed to like music that comes out at the beginning of a decade.
I can't get over how
towards the
good
end.
this song is.
This is really fucking good. But like I think music at the beginning of a decade starts to like innovate a lot. Like
Yeah.
all the shit that came out in '91, shit that came out in 2001, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then towards the end, they just sort of like try to like perfect the innovations. And I think that's kind of what's going on here.
Oh, here you go. Random harmonica in the middle of this shit.
Yeah.
But yeah,
They'll do this sometimes. This is what is this the middle of the song?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
this is like the breakdown.
This is a good one to give a fresh set of ears to.
Yeah.
Because like at the time, I hated it on principle.
Yeah.
And now I'm just listening to it. I'm like, this is literally, if I heard this on the radio, I would like, who does this? Like,
Right.
this is the best song I've heard.
Yeah,
all
man.
day.
Slaps.
It's got a good hook, but the hook isn't annoying. Like that, giving you everything vocal line is just, ooh.
Yeah.
Goes right back into it.
The way the fucking Compton whistle plays over the this is so good.
Yeah, and I don't know.
It samples Earth, Wind, and Fire Saturday Night.
Okay, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, so that's Spice Girls. I'll shout out to Sporty Spice, the OG health goth. Also, love that. That's that.
Nice.
When that concept was explained to me by Monica Scott, I was like, what is a health goth? And she goes, you know how Sporty Spice used to dress? I was like, oh, I get it.
Yeah.
It's that,
Right.
but goth.
Like severe, like a nurse.
No, it's like sports bras, workout pants, but then they're also sad.
Yeah.
It's like like
right.
an athletic goth, a health goth. So
Sometimes people just need to will a thing into existence and then go, everybody be cool with this now.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's January 7th. January 12th, King of the Hill premieres on
Oh,
Fox.
shit.
Oh, man.
Man, just a fucking amazing show. So,
I've just recently come back to King of the Hill. My illustrious co-host Matthew Burnside, it is I think maybe his favorite show of all time.
Yeah.
It's like that and the Drew
so
Carey show
good.
for him. But like,
Yeah, it's great.
because I watched it initially and then kind of fell off just because my Sunday night programming list was pretty dense. But so coming back to it and really running around the season show, what a phenomenal show!
Yeah,
what a
yeah.
truly masterpiece of a television program.
I'd say like amongst adult animation shows,
Yeah.
highest batting average
Yeah.
for sure.
Absolutely.
I mean, top 5 for sure.
Yeah. It's January 12th. January 17th, just found this little piece. The commissioners of Cleburne County, Texas, voted unanimously to adopt Heaven O as the county's official greeting. The resolution was the result of years of campaigning by the owner of a local flea market, Leonzo Canales, who opposed the use of hello because it contained the word hell. He proposed that Heaven O would be a more positive, harmonious salutation.
Now this was 24 years ago. There's a lot of people. There's people who spent earnest time and energy, and that is their legacy, is trying to change hello to Heaven-O, who are dead now.
Yeah.
Well, I just wanted to send that out to anybody who's just like, those like right-wing people have gotten really crazy recently. It's like, no, it's been like this. It's been like this.
That sounds
There's
like,
almost like a reverse woke in culture where some people really did not understand how dumb and petty people have been all along.
Right.
Like the same way people don't understand like cultural differences and suffering. There's also like, you don't understand. People are fucking dumb. And they have always been this dumb and shitty.
You just didn't have the internet then.
Yeah,
to
you didn't get to
it.
see it. You had to go to a fucking Waffle House parking lot.
Right.
January 20th, Bill Clinton is sworn into his second term, which obviously will,
It's going to go off without a hitch.
It is going to go off without a hitch. Yeah.
is he going to play saxophone some more?
From 1997 forward, the American presidency is fine.
Yeah, it's great. January 26th, we got Super Bowl 31, and we actually talked
Broncos won, right?
It
Or
was
is that the year
Packers.
before?
This is Brett Favre's big year. So Packers and Patriots. The Packers win.
That's what it is. That's
we
right.
we talked about
Before
this
the
in
invention of a smartphone.
Yeah.
His downfall.
we talked about this in the episode 283 that we did about the halftime show, but this was the year that they had the Blues Brothers Bash because it was in New Orleans.
Oh, I might have to go hunt video of that down. 'cause
Wait.
I forgot this existed, and Taylor is a crazy Blues Brothers is her favorite movie.
Yeah,
so
so-
anytime I can find Blues Brothers shit.
The Blues Brothers were the headliners of the Super Bowl. Dan Aykroyd, John Goodman, and John Belushi.
Is this? Oh, this is the year before Blues Brothers 2000 come out.
Wait,
'Cause that comes out.
you
in June.
mean Jim Belushi?
Oh yeah, that's right, Jim Belushi. Sorry.
Except for, so let me throw this out there though. I'm gonna defend that brief revival of them because Blues Brothers 2000 is secretly actually a good movie.
You've told me this.
I loved it when I was a kid. Loved
I
it.
rewatched it with Taylor recently, and we
Yeah.
were both like, "It is shocking." I thought this movie was going to be a train wreck. There is no real or Jim Belushi in it.
No, he's not in it.
It's Goodman, Aykroyd. They pick up a friend, and then the kid doesn't suck. Plus, you get
Yeah.
that fucking SNL band as old guys again, earnestly acting.
It's the guy from Terminator 2 who
Yes.
they take to the.
It's Miles Dyson.
Miles Dyson.
And
yeah.
it turns out Miles Dyson is an incredible singer.
He's a
and
great singer.
dancer.
Yeah, he's a
Like,
great singer. And he plays Cab's son.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who's like, what a fun character. Like, he really,
yeah.
he's kind of the secret to making that movie work.
And the end jam with
Yeah.
introduced me to a lot of like classic blues artists and shit.
And the people who are the revival people they get in there, like the new artists aren't embarrassing. Like Kenny Wayne Shepherd does
Erykah
a pretty
Badu.
good job. Yeah.
I think Johnny Lang was.
That's
one
who
of
it is.
them.
It's Johnny Lang and Erykah Badu both pop in and just like, this
Yeah.
is great.
Oh,
good,
yeah.
good to see you.
Oh, dude, me and my brother and his friend, we would dress up. This is so embarrassing. We'd dress up like the Blues Brothers and sing songs from that movie, and my mom videotaped it. And that thankfully burnt up in the fire. Try to blackmail me now, God.
I was about to say I would pay good money to watch
Yeah.
that.
Oh, it was embarrassing. She showed that to the girls who lived across the street, too.
If Frank is ever in town, we have to recreate this.
Worse than your wiener.
Yeah. Oh, so unspeakably worse.
I was gonna offer to help you destroy it, to find
yeah.
and destroy it. I would go down.
Whereas I'm trying to think, like,
Yeah.
can I text Taylor now and go, here's a project we're getting Carter to secretly redo some Blues Brothers action?
Maybe there is a videotape of me somewhere going, I'm looking for a fox.
We should do like they do like the fan films about Batman and shit.
Yeah,
where it's like somebody wearing like a shitty Batman costume. We should do a fucking Blues Brothers: The Next Generation.
We should recreate shot for shot the Blues Brothers.
Oh, man, it needs to happen.
But yeah, they
It's
had
fun until we have to do the third act and it becomes prohibitively expensive.
Yeah.
They
We
had-
get
All right.
Travis Tritt.
Everybody wreck your car now.
they had ZZ Top and James Brown backing him up in this effort.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and also we didn't actually cover this when we talked about it. They were gonna have a bunch of bungee jumpers, but one of the bungee jumpers died during rehearsal during bungeeing.
But the show must go on.
Literally, yeah, and that person's name was Dinky Patterson passed away.
I need to keep hearing these stories because I want to go
refuse to
bungee jumping
laugh.
so bad.
This is too sad.
No,
I
it's
refuse
sad.
to laugh.
I'm giving it.
I refuse.
It's sad, but it's
Your
also
legacy is you died in this horrible tragedy at a big event, and then
no, not at the big event during rehearsal for the big
but
event.
still, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
but then they make fun of your name. They just kick you when you're
There's
already
a hilarious
down.
Final Destination thing there somewhere.
It's as if you died during a pyrotechnics explosion during a bare naked ladies concert, and your name is Doo Doo Johnson. It's like you gotta laugh at that.
So is the secret just don't have a funny name and go into stagecraft?
I mean, I tried. It didn't work for me. I have a stupid name.
A title graphic commemorating Dinky and acknowledging their death was displayed during the show.
Dinky.
And while John Landis wasn't involved in the show in any way, he did direct Blues Brothers and he raised Max
I
Landis.
like
so
how petty this section.
So it does mean that he is the arbiter of death
Yes.
in our culture.
The director of Kentucky Fried Movie.
January 27th, we get this one.
Fuck yes.
Yeah, man.
You mean the song that will eventually be the national anthem?
Dude. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
This song still slaps.
Yeah.
This song does
It
still
has
slap.
never stopped slapping.
Yeah,
and
it is continually
It has
slapped my
continued to
cheek.
slap the same level of consistently for 25 years.
So
like a vicious nun.
So what I'm going to say is I because of their the fact that they had a bunch of hits, I'm disqualifying the Spice Girls from this conversation. So I'm going to say this is the first entrant into possible candidates for who won the summer of '97,
Which we're gonna say is a tough game,
It's
but this
a
is
fucking-
absolutely.
It's a contender.
Yeah.
I'll say it's a contender too because this song wraps this whole band
Yes.
and the music genre they're associated with like completely.
Yes.
In one
Yeah.
song.
It's that I always am fascinated by the thing that ends a movement, and this is truly like this goes like, all right, ska, we've achieved the apex of what we're doing in this
Yeah.
third wave.
Yeah.
We may all dissipate into van style punk bands.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah, because I was thinking it was like Real Big Fish came out this year too, but they were 96.
Yeah,
and so yeah, you're
and
right.
Sellout is nothing compared to Knockouts.
No,
Yeah.
not at all.
Like-
And
Or like the Johnny
Depression.
Quest thinks we're sellouts, less
Yeah,
than Jake.
no fucking way. This
No
song
way.
like gives you chills. Like this is a perfect piece of American
Yeah.
music.
Any like slight conversation about third wave ska revival, it is this song.
I also
Yeah.
feel like the number of times in the next 2 hours I'm going to use the term classic piece of American music, it's going to lose meaning at some point here because 97 was a hot fucking year. Also, this is in Clueless. Like this even
Yes.
has like a defining moment of the culture.
That's right.
It is on multiple levels.
yeah,
crossover hit.
Yep.
Yeah.
3 days after this, they re-released Star Wars.
Yes, the special
Get the-
edition.
Han shot first.
That was another fond childhood
Event.
memory.
Yeah, definitely.
I remember my parents were in France. My grandfather was looking after me and my brother, and he took us to shut us up, and he bought us the 3 cassette tape special edition
Nice.
of Star Wars. And
Nice.
it was a fun time.
Did I'm going to ask you weird. So with these, each one came out a month. So it was Star Wars, and then Empire Strikes Back came out a month later, and
Yep.
Return of the Jedi. Because it's kind of fun when you look at the top movie listings from that time, because all 3 Star Wars movies are in the top
Right.
10 for
Uh-huh.
a second.
Yep.
They
Did anybody
theatrically,
here?
right? But did they come out as a for sale all
Well,
at the same
but
time?
that was
right?
later. That was later that year.
Well, they
Okay,
did a
okay.
reissue 2 years prior where they'd cleaned up the VHS, and then they
THX.
do then they do the special edition, then that comes out
Right,
after that.
right.
Who here saw Star Wars special edition theaters?
I did.
I did. All
Who
3.
saw Empire Strikes Back in theaters?
Yep.
Did anyone here see Return of the Jedi? In
I
theaters?
did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
See, I bailed. I was like, I'm cool.
Really?
Like, I
Oh,
got
man.
through 2. I know how the third ends.
It was just like at that point I was so into fucking cartoons and games and movies, and that's just the perfect they attack your wallet in every way
I think-
franchise. You
I think
know?
my
man.
parents were like, I'm getting wise to this. You have the tape.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
exactly. It's exactly the same, but also
But I want to see Boba Fett in a jazz concert.
Oh, dude, I had
See,
like
my
the
parents-
toys, the PC games. I had
Yeah.
all that shit. for Star
Exactly.
Wars.
Yeah.
Shadows of the Empire is 95, right?
That's 95, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think what Dark Forces? That's earlier.
That's earlier.
I think
But
Dark
Jedi Knight, though. the second
Jedi
one,
Knight, I think, might be around this time.
That's around
yeah.
97.
Yeah, this was and
That's a whole chunk of Star Wars that I feel like there's a very specific subsection of people where like the LucasArts games are well within your brain.
Oh, yeah.
Like X-Wing,
My-
TIE
yeah.
Fighter, Shadows of
No,
the
I
Empire,
used to
Dark
be great.
Forces.
One of
used to
my
be
favorite
great.
parts of being a kid
Yeah.
was the LucasArts games.
The fact that in the expanded universe we had a Kyle Katarn. For the first time ever,
Yeah.
there was a cool fictional Kyle. Disney took him away from me.
I remember getting X-Wing versus TIE Fighter on
Hells
PC.
yeah, dog.
And
Yeah, dude.
never being able to move the vehicle.
Hells yeah, dog.
I literally would turn it on. I'd be like, maybe today's the day where I figure out how to move the vehicle. And then nope. And I would just kind of be underneath a Star Destroyer, slowly floating into an asteroid. And then it wouldn't work. And so,
Oh, dude, TIE Fighter, just the game TIE Fighter on computer, that game fucking ruled. And it came with like, did you guys get those things where it was like 5 LucasArts games to a pack or
I
whatever?
was about to bring this exact same thing
Yeah.
up. Yes, that's
That-
what I had. With Yoda stories.
Yoda stories,
stories,
and it like had
yeah.
like Maniac Man or Day of the Tentacle
Yeah.
in it, all that shit in it. God damn, those were good.
Yeah,
times.
they would make non-Star Wars games too that rule.
Oh,
Yeah, Indiana
that's
Jones games,
a
too.
whole thing unto themselves. Like the
Yeah.
Maniac Mansion, Day of the Tentacle, Monkey
Zombies
Island.
Ate My
Island shit,
Neighbors.
yeah.
Zombies Ate My Neighbors
Oh, yeah.
is LucasArts.
Yeah.
Solid fucking game.
Yeah.
February 5th, a Santa Monica jury finds O.J. Simpson liable for the deaths of Nicole Brown
In a
and-
civil trial.
In the civil trial, the victims' families were awarded $33.5 million. Speaking of video games, 5 days later, Mario Kart 64 is released.
Is it crazy that didn't exist once?
Fucking yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking wild that we lived so many years where Mario Kart 64 was just not a thing that existed in the world for us all.
I mean,
man.
these are pre that is the Super Nintendo days. I
Yes.
call
Yeah.
them. That's
I
a-
used to- See, we had regular Mario Kart, and we were fine with it.
Shout out to Keith Carey for one of my favorite bits about him playing N64, Mario Kart 64 with the cops after they came to take his mom, and the guy tried to beat him. So he put it onto Wario Land and fucking did all the cheats and just was like, fuck the police. It's truly one of my, I've done no justice to it right here, but it is one of my favorite bits I've ever heard. Because
God, dude, that's so fucking yeah. It's because N64 comes out for Christmas '96. It's where we get that video of the famous one of the kid. That's Christmas '96, but '97 is when all the shit
rubber
starts
hits
popping
the
off.
fucking road.
Yes,
That's
yeah.
right. Star Fox, fucking.
When the banana hits the track.
that's right, dude.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, I'd still rank Mario Kart 64 as my favorite racing game.
it's a
What better
grand old
party
time.
game exists? I mean, some would say Super Smash Brothers. I
mean,
would say
well,
simplify it.
Kart, yeah,
Yeah.
almost is a little bit like there's less moving parts.
Let's move it. Anyone can hop on and play that game.
Yeah.
Like anyone, someone who has never played, hasn't played video games in 10 years or ever,
Yeah.
can figure out Mario Kart and have a great time.
Oh yeah, absolutely, fucking perfect. So yeah, that's Mario Kart comes out February 10th, and the next day.
My magenta. Fuck, I used to know the whole first run
And this
because
is-
it's just to the Chica Cherry Cola.
I mean that's. I mean this is Chica Cherry Cola is the name of this song. I don't care that the name is I Want You.
Cherry Cola.
I do not remember this.
This
at all.
song-
Savage
So-
Garden, you don't remember
Oh
Savage
wait
Garden?
till you get to the chorus.
remember the
of
chorus,
this
yeah.
one.
They're not European, right?
No, they're Australian.
They're Australian, okay.
And my question about this song: what is this
This is.
musically?
It's bad in excess.
I was saying,
Oh,
this
yeah,
is like an
sure.
attempt to ape the success of NXS and Octoon Baby era
Yes,
U2.
100%.
Okay.
And
All right.
but mix it with like house music of the day.
Yeah, that's 1,000% what
Okay,
it is. It's,
all right.
They were, I imagine they were rave DJs who heard some of the sort
Yeah.
of soft synthy sounds of the 90s.
I don't
Right.
remember
Weird
this at
breakdown
all.
coming up. Oh, never. That's after the second verse.
yeah,
Also-
yeah.
I've spent some time with this song, you can see.
Also, both guys are attractive.
Yes.
So
well, this is the only banger they ever wrote because the rest of the songs they write are trash ballads. 'Cause
Right.
After this, it was Truly Madly Deeply.
To the Moon and Back.
Yeah.
Which we used to play. So we had a music class, which was in, I guess, 6th grade. Miss Barber. Shout out Miss Barber, wherever you're at. And we played To the Moon and Back by Savage Garden on the keyboards.
Weird pull.
Yeah. It was kind of fun. You were allowed to bring in your own stuff, and we would try to learn it. So
That's super cool.
Shout out to my boy Matty P. He brought in 3 a.m. by Matchbox 20.
Yeah.
And we all learned that. And
I had a word learned to girl like that, but I get it.
and Jewel, the hear the clock, 6 a.m.
You were meant for me.
You were meant for me. Those were.
I'm gonna rattle these off with no problem all fucking day. We are. I don't know that there is more of a zone for me to be in than pop music of 1997.
I was about to say, like, you were going to dominate.
I am just truly. I have never been happier to be on a podcast.
Also, this same day, and Carter, I'll have you read some titles from this masterpiece. It's also the introduction of the album "I Like It When You Die" by Anal Cunt. Comes out the same day.
There we go.
If I may.
Is it sad that my brain's like that? I thought that was earlier.
Oh, yeah. I thought it was 95 too, but then when we were like looking through it, I was like, oh, I mean, still haven't listened to this album.
Gonna throw a recommendation out to all of you. If you want the Anal Cunt experience without having to have it,
Right.
There is a phenomenal documentary on YouTube
Really?
about grindcore. Called Slave to the Grind. It
Oh,
is
I'm gonna
a
watch
90-minute
that for
documentary.
sure.
I have watched it 5 times. It is, for a documentary on YouTube about grindcore, it has one of the best put together documentaries I've ever seen. They explain blast beats with
Sure.
a visual and audio education at the beginning of the thing to explain to you how musically this works,
Yeah.
so that everyone is on an even playing field and knows what they're talking about as they then show grindcore
Fuck
bands.
yeah, dude.
And they go through like all the OG bands,
Napalm
and then
Death, all that stuff.
Napalm Death, literally all my brains. I'm in pure 90s mode. But
Yeah.
then they cover Anal Cunt.
Was that
and then-
Terrorizer?
Yes,
That's what-
exactly. And what's great is that after that chunk, they do the new generation kind of post, mid 2000s and forward, like Pig
Gridlink, all that
Destroyer
shit. Oh, Pig Destroyer,
and
yeah,
fucking, Agoraphobe. They show Agoraphobe Nosebleed's first
Discordant
live show ever.
Axis, yeah.
But what's great is all those guys and girls hate Anal Cunt. So you cover
Yeah.
them. And it's funny because even guys in the band, like the dude from Pig Destroyer was in, he's like, yeah, I didn't like it. I don't know. It was just
Scott
fucking
Hall,
doing a
yeah.
thing. Yeah. And it's great because you get all of the history of that band you'll ever need in a documentary, and then immediately after, all of the modern luminaries shitting on them. So you're like, oh, cool, I can continue to enjoy the documentary.
Oh, yeah. Like everyone, by all accounts, Seth Putnam was a huge
yeah, it's
asshole.
a bag of diarrhea.
Anal Cunt played in Birmingham when I was part of the punk scene there.
Yep.
And a friend's band opened for them, and they said it was the saddest thing they've ever seen.
And watching the movie, even it's why I feel like you can't get more mad at Seth Putnam for existing, because like his life is a shitty nightmare.
Oh, it's very sad, and
it's
he's
not
dead
even like
now,
in
yeah.
his band he's making money. Mostly he's just making enemies.
Yeah.
And so it's like, okay, like you're a fun footnote, and so long as you're dead and you didn't make any money, I can be okay with this.
To me, the primetime Anal Cunt experience is this is how it was experienced. You go into a Coconuts, you pick up the CD, you laugh at the track names, and you put the CD back down.
And it doesn't even have the quality artwork of a Cannibal Corpse.
No, oh yeah, there's no like entrails and all that shit.
These are some tracks off of this record.
Okay, yeah,
I Like It When You Die.
Lead off
Is
track.
your gay on this?
It's gotta be. Let's see. Jack Kevorkian is cool.
Yeah.
You've got no friends.
There we go.
You
Classic.
keep a diary. You own a store.
Are you guys familiar with
I
Average
like
Man
this
Who Sings
band.
Everything?
Oh yeah.
There's that guy who just writes songs about everything and has them online. Like his songs have titles like this. Like you went to the store is a minute-long song he'd write.
You went to this. And then they really kick it up a notch in the offensive category. You got date raped.
Oh God. Jesus Christ.
Recycling is gay.
There we go. There we go. That's the good stuff.
You're a cop. You can't shut up.
Strikes and gutters here, man.
Yeah, boy.
Some of these are great.
No,
You've
these
got-
are all strikes.
Yeah. You've got cancer. And then the fun,
Rolling a perfect
Dude.
game so far.
the timing of this is perfect. Right after you got cancer, we just disagree. Hungry hippos. You are an interior decorator.
It is weird remembering that this is their pop album.
Yeah, this is the one
This is
that
the least offensive run of their song names I've ever heard.
Absolutely, which is followed by Pottery's gay. Rich Goyette is gay. Branscombe Richmond. You live in Alston. You are a food critic. Which is followed by a cover of just the two of us. Your band's in the cutout bin. This song, which seems to be removed from Spotify, You're Gay.
Okay, so it is on there. I'm glad.
It's on there.
I'm also hate myself that I was like, oh, is that the one with your gay?
Oh, that's the one. You Look Adopted.
Another. See, this is the problem. Awful band, awful people. Undeniably funny.
Oh my God. I mean, yeah, your cousin is George Lynch. You have goals. You have goals.
It's an ink blot test to look at it. It's a real testament to like, oh, the person who wrote this is bad.
You drive an IROC.
And he lives on my block.
You play on a softball team. because you're old.
So what he's doing is describing a very active older gay man with cancer.
Absolutely.
So fucking funny.
You sell cologne. Being a cobbler is dumb. You live in a houseboat.
That's my favorite one of all time.
You live in a
houseboat.
Richard Butler, 311 subs. Wait, oh God, your kid is deformed. You are an orphan. Oh, this one's great. You're old - fuck you. Got a couple more here.
These are all writing prompts for a really fun class.
Oh my God. I'm
like
like, dude, I'm sweating.
A set list for a hilarious comic.
This should have been one of the set list shows. It's just all anal contracts that pop up.
You go,
Let's do that.
I genuinely want to be a part of this if we do that.
you go to art school. Your best friend is you. You're in a coma. Wind chimes are gay. No, we don't want to do a split 7-inch with your stupid fucking band. Renee Auberjonet. My personal favorite, the internet is gay.
Oh, wow.
They fucking saw that one coming.
They sure did.
Pioneers.
Haha, your wife left you. Hootie and the Blowfish. You went to see Dishwalla and Everclear - you're gay.
Well, then call me gay, friend.
Yeah, Jesus.
Call me gay.
This guy, this fucking asshole. Locking drop dead in McDonald's. Technology's gay. Your favorite band is Supertramp. I'm an anal cunt. you fill in the blank. And then finally,
That's like when Time Magazine made you the person of the year.
yeah. Finally, Kyle from Incantation has a mustache.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sorry to everyone who listens.
Geniuses.
Terrible people.
What a...
No, that rules.
It's just sometimes things exist.
And
Yeah.
we should say that is one album.
That's one album. All their songs are 30 fucking seconds long of
Except-
shitty guitar and a guy yelling.
Except
Yeah.
for Kyle from Incantation has a mustache, which is
Hit us with a
inexplicably
little-
4 minutes
Hit us
long.
with a little "You Live on a Houseboat."
Yes, please. We can agree that's the winner, right?
Yeah, I think that might be the winner. You live on a house. I kind of like You're Old, fuck you.
No, that one's good too. Don't get me wrong. A lot of them are good, but the best ones are the title. You know, you got to go with the title you like.
Yeah.
Anybody who lives on a houseboat deserves to have a song written about them.
This is kind of like the pit clearing, like lawnmower one. Is this You Live on a House?
This is You Live on a Houseboat. Yeah. Yacht Rocket ain't friends.
I have a fucking headache.
I like any band that builds into its thing. You can go out and smoke cigarettes during this.
Yeah. I mean, it's like with it's like I think reading through those titles, you could get to one where you're like, okay, fuck these people, and then if you read the rest of them, you just can't help but laugh because they're so.
It's an emotional journey reading the back of it.
It really is. It really is.
That comes out 2 days later. We get this single. There we go.
yeah.
I think my vote for the most representative song.
Do you think so?
Genitive, and if you'll join me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're writing a 97
Back then I'm
movie.
holding. I'm riding. She live and she golden. She live for me. Says she lives. All right. Whoa, motivation. She goes down.
This is a litmus test of like how old someone is. If you know all the words.
I'm genuinely concerned if it's playing lightly, I will continue to sing. That said, I trust myself. Let it go.
I'm glad we got past the part where he goes, like a joke for you, because can't help but say like a joke for you.
Come on if you want to do. Come on over you.
Coming over, yeah. Filthy song.
This
Filthier than anal cunt,
and they have
honestly.
to cut out the little red panties line in the fucking radio version.
Yeah.
This was if you were to walk into any grocery store in 1997, this was the song that was playing.
Or pop on most movies made this year, too.
Yeah, that too.
At least the trailers. But
Yeah,
like
the
this
trailers.
is like a perfect pop rock song.
Oh yeah.
It really is. I agree, yeah.
Like it's the chorus is doot 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 doot.
Yeah.
Yep. Anyone can sing it.
And the lyrics are memorably verbose,
Yeah.
I would say.
He's kind of rapping. the whole
They're
time.
starting to trend into rock rap.
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
But again, adult contemporary, unfucking stoppable
Yes.
at this time.
I've seen them live.
This was my second concert I ever saw. Was
Whoa.
Third Eye Blind and Eve 6.
I see, and I'm jealous because again, Eve 6 was my first favorite band.
Hey man, yeah.
So I know every word on that fucking Fly record, front and back. I saw them at USC when I was going there.
Oh, shit.
They were part of the homecoming event, where it was them and the Dan Band playing live in the main courtyard of USC.
Oh
Wow.
shit.
This was in
That's
2010,
Yeah.
so like
Okay,
this
that's
is
good.
not their
That's
heyday.
That was fucking.
This is post old school.
But what's even
dance band.
better
Yeah.
is like because we just wandered into it because I was leaving from like a night class with people, and we stand and all of a sudden Third Eye Blind's on, and it was weird because none of the members are original except Stephen Jenkins.
Sure.
And you watched it that night, and you were just like, "Holy shit! Somebody is gonna try cocaine for the first time and fuck Stephen Jenkins tonight."
Yeah.
Because you were watching college fucking freshmen at UC, just like wealthy rich white kids, non-ironically rocking the fuck out to this.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, at least at my school, the bands that played were like the Agrolites and a Cure tribute band.
A lot of people hear this song and like the trailer for their
Morrissey
own
tribute
life
band.
plays in their head. You know what I mean?
yeah, absolutely.
Especially if that person
And
is
really,
in their 30s.
if we're going for it, like if I'm gonna hit these, I'm gonna go. How's it gonna be? And
Jumper?
which other singer? Maybe Jumper. I'm a big Graduate fan.
I don't know.
Oh.
that one.
Underrated one, along with London.
What about
most of that record's pretty solid.
Was Never Let You Go?
That's on Blue.
That's
on
the next
Blue.
record.
That's on the next
Gotcha.
one.
Yeah, I can tell you exactly where I was when I heard that for the first time, and it sums it up perfect. I was in an American Eagle.
Yes.
Literally, I was like, "Ooh, what's this one?" Yep.
He does a little fast talk rap in the middle of that one.
Yeah. I mean, again, like the singles from this year, perfect little pop confections.
Yeah, this
Oh,
is
yeah.
the music. This is the music industry's like fucking glory days. Like
Yeah.
this is the last. This through 2000 is like the last time the music industry is like we fucking got this forever.
Look at lighting cigars with lit 100.
Suck our dick, internet. What you gonna do to us? We're unstoppable.
With the message boards? We'll be selling CDs well into our
Our
80s.
CD tracks require up to a gigabyte of data. I'd like to see you get that on your little fucking phone line, kid.
4 days later, after this comes out, Dolly the sheep,
Clone.
the first ever
Yeah.
mammalian clone.
Remember when the biggest thing about that was it turned into a pretty solid Domino's pizza promotion?
Dolly was euthanized on Valentine's Day 2003 because she had a progressive lung disease.
Question. Wait, follow up. Both of them?
Yeah.
Which Dolly?
No, there was. It's just they cloned an embryo.
I was going to say, if you jack one off, does the other one feel it? Just kidding.
Yeah. Also, in March 4th, Bill Clinton banned federal funding on human cloning. So nip that in the bud.
Lame.
And a few years later, the first effort at de-extinction, the Pyrenean ibex, a form of wild mountain goat, brought back to life and died after 5 minutes of a lung defect.
When I was a kid, I don't know why I was skeptical. I was like, well, they cloned a sheep. It's like, they could just be lying. I don't know why I was skeptical.
February 27th, divorce becomes legal in Ireland.
Whoa.
Divorce wasn't legal in Ireland before 1997?
The deeply Catholic country
Real Catholic.
had decriminalized being gay just 4 years earlier and had allowed the sale of contraceptives only in 1985. You couldn't buy a condom in Ireland
What's
until
weird is they're still
1985.
sort of ahead of America in some versions of that.
Jesus. Because we took like 8 million steps back in the last couple of years.
The first referendum on divorce, held in 1986, saw the Irish people decisively rejecting the idea of divorce in an overwhelming no vote of 63%.
Whoa.
No wonder they got a reputation of a bunch of drunk wife beaters.
Only I could leave.
They couldn't even fucking get divorced, or they'd be thrown in jail.
As the referendum approached, the no side warned that husbands would desert their wives and families in droves if divorce was legalized. With one of the most famous...
Sounds about right for Irish people.
Where are they going to go? It's Ireland.
It's an island. One of the most famous slogans was, "Hello, divorce. Goodbye, daddy."
Hello, divorce. Goodbye, daddy.
He's got to walk right out the fucking door. Never looking back. Another poster
Just
stated...
shove it down. Just shove all the feelings down. Pour booze on it and shove it down.
Just let it come out in one glorious conflagration later in your life.
There's always the danger she'll then remarry Oliver Cromwell.
Another poster stated, quote, "If this was your daughter, would you break up her marriage?" It's like, yeah, if it sucked. I don't know. The final vote was 50% for yes and 49.7% against.
Jesus. So is it like...
Razor thin.
How long was divorce a contentious
Literally
issue
like
in Ireland?
couples.
Yeah, it's fucking
Jesus.
crazy.
One half of every couple in Ireland voted yes.
Mother, what do you think about this whole divorce issue?
I
think it's terrible. People should stay with each other until they die, sucking the life force out of each other.
I like
Year
you started
after
on
year.
that British accent and then leaned into a pretty solid Irish accent.
Oh, you got to get your footing. You got to get your footing.
It's honestly just this is why I included this, truthfully. We'll have the death of Jimmy Stewart coming up for the same reason.
Oh, would that be a fun time? Would it be fun to one day be shaken off this mortal coil, not having to look at this fucking person's face every day?
February 28th, the North Hollywood shootout at Bank of America, and 1,000 true crime podcasts are born. And
That was one of the ones back then where it's like, can you believe this crazy shootout happened? And everybody's like, yeah, that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now we would, if this happened last week, we would have forgot
like, in
about
other
it
news.
already. Yeah.
Yeah.
March 3rd, Daria premieres on MTV.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
I am currently
Yes,
keeping
yes.
a Paramount Plus subscription exclusively so I can have access to Daria and Double Dare.
Nice.
They're making more, right?
Darius? I mean, I'm all for this. Like,
That's what I was told.
It's fucking... I love it. And I've never stopped loving it. That's one of those ones where it's just been sustained since day one,
Yeah.
where I'm just like,
Yeah, great show.
fucking, she's my girl. Jane Lane, my God. Trent, one of my heroes in life.
Yeah, Mike Judge killing it this year.
I think about Trent a lot. Like, truly just one of the great fictional characters. Like, Mystic Spiral is a perfect fictional band.
Oh yeah, well, and Sick Sad World really did presage all of our television.
Watching Six Sad World, I'm like, what a fun day in the writer's room that is. Like, once a week. It's just like, all right, today we're just writing Six Sad Worlds.
March 7th, Private Parts premieres. Oh, honey.
Yeah. Oh my God. What breast? What an incredible ass. My God.
Oh, I don't think I've told you that, like, Joe K brought your bit of that to me and nearly killed me.
Yeah. The whole thing is like, because this is around when he was on E. This is before he could curse, so he was like, so he had to like get clinical about being a pervert, and he would like have these porn stars. He's like, what breasts? What an incredible ass! My God, honey, you got a body for porno. My God, honey, wow, what breasts? What incredible breasts!
Like, Joe just did that on repeat for about an hour. I think assuming at some point my level of laughter would lose at all. And again, just like my love of Daria, it's never not funny.
Just the silliest breasts I've ever seen. Look at those.
Stupid. Look
You got to be taking the shitty Polaroids, too. That was a real staple of the
Look
show.
at your stupid butt.
My
Look at
God,
it.
look at that ass. Look at that ass, Robin. Robin, you look at that ass for me. Look at that. You could pop a quarter off that. My God, honey, what breasts? What an ass, what breasts? But your ass has breasts. There are breasts growing out of your ass. What a wonderful body for porno. Porno.
Well, but he would hit porno.
Porno. Yeah.
He's got to hit that O a little harder.
Porno.
If you don't lift the O, it becomes Johnny Carson.
Yeah. You seen this ad? You seen this? You seen this? You seen these breasts ad?
I've seen
Yes. I love those breasts.
Oh my God.
You believe this ad? The other day we were watching a porno ad. And there are these enormous breasts.
They have their own gravitational pull with these breasts.
Honey, you've got nice breasts.
Just
It's so stupid. I just remember, and he's like, "No, is coming up next. We're going to have Dan Quayle, and we're going to have a guy farting the Canadian national anthem."
what was one? Oh, it's the next one we'll come up with Dan Quayle. We'll see how many hot dogs we can fit in his mouth.
Dan Quayle has exquisite breasts.
Joe K, if you're listening, I love you.
Yeah, love you, buddy.
March 9th. This is a bummer. The notorious B.I.G. is murdered in Los Angeles after attending the Soul Train Music Awards
At the Peterson Automotive Museum?
Automotive Museum
God
at
damn,
Fairfax and Wilshire.
I didn't realize that's where it was.
Yeah, the Soul Train Awards were having their after party at the at the Peterson, and he was leaving there, pulled up right in front of Johnny's coffee shop where they filmed that "I'll Get You a Fucking Toe" scene in The Big Lebowski.
Where the fuck are they going to get...
You want a toe? I can get you a toe. Believe me. There are ways, dude. You don't want to know about it, believe me.
Yeah, but Walter...
Hell, I can get you a toe by 3 o'clock this afternoon with nail polish.
It's right across the street from there.
My first thought then was like, oh, the Peterson would be a fun place to have an after party.
Yeah, they don't do after parties there anymore for some reason. I don't know.
That's a fun museum.
Yeah, but this
They
of
got
course,
Batmobiles. Plural.
I wonder if he saw it before he died.
that's the last.
I wonder
If the first thing, the last thing he saw was like, well, I mean, it's a new director, but I think Batman will still be pretty cool.
The last thing that Biggie Smalls ever read was the plaque next to Herbie the Love Bug.
And he probably thought I loved that movie.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna buy one of those.
I love
when I get
the
back to
Love
New York.
But conspiracy theories abound, but this absolutely clears the way for Puff Daddy to have his biggest year ever.
And the song that perplexed America.
Yes, and
this is the Video Music Awards.
Yes, I had to include this one
the
because
olive branch to Sting, who was initially salty about him using the entire song of Every Breath You Take. I think he plays on this.
Yeah, no, he is standing here like Sting looks like a 2x4.
Yeah, there he is.
If
Yeah, he
this
sings
is
the
not
hook.
4 or 5 people who just lost one of their most beloved humans in their life, this song is fucking infuriating.
Oh yeah.
Like, they found the one way where they can get away with this much sample in
Oh
something.
yeah. Well, and the funny thing about this is they did throw the bone to Sting. He becomes irrelevant in like as soon as they hit the first chorus because then they bring in an entire gospel choir that proceeds to drown him out the rest of the
Now
time.
I can't imagine Sting was like, oh, but I want more attention. He's like,
It's funny that
they tear $1 in half, and you get the other half when the performance is over.
Puff Daddy's was trying to okay, and he seems like he's lip syncing.
Oh yeah.
But he came out and tried to get the crowd hype, and nobody reacted because nobody likes him.
And
They're
also,
like,
everybody's sad that Biggie is
we
dead.
like, we like Biggie, right? We don't like you.
Yeah,
You're the guy who put himself on Biggie's tracks when Biggie wasn't in the studio.
The biggest, the biggest coattail rider.
Here's where Sting his usefulness goes away right here.
Boy, that really is.
All of a sudden, you get this full fucking gospel choir, and then Faith Evans on top of it, and Sting is left with nothing holding the bag, nothing to do.
Yeah, let's bring out Biggie's wife and have her out-sing this British douchebag.
You could have at least let him play bass or something.
I know.
It's true.
Yeah,
It is his bass line.
I was gonna say he wrote
the
doing
song.
something. But yeah, and he doesn't even change the words to the Puffy version. He sings the Police version when he sings his little verse. But anyway,
he specified that. Like,
It does revive Sting because he has that Desert Rose revival.
a couple years later,
Brand New Day, all that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it did kind of like prime him to be back in people's conscious.
Oh, by the way, at the end of this performance, Puff Daddy is saying who you should clap for. He's like, clap it up for Tupac Shakur, clap it up for Biggie Smalls, and then at some point he just goes, Clap it up for Princess Diana.
Yeah.
He's
like throws it out there real fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does like For All We Lost.
Good call.
Yeah. But yeah, Puff Daddy produces 14 charting singles in 1997.
What a fucking run.
Isn't that
Jesus.
Like,
fucking
I am like
crazy?
lightly obsessed with Puff Daddy just because like what a crazy, like nobody has ever had like Barry Gordy looks at that and goes like, fuck me, that's a lot of hit
14
songs.
in a year.
year.
In 1 year.
Well, did the Neptunes do something like that? Like, what? Isn't there a point where they were
I'm
like,
sure
They've
they-
been up there,
yeah,
like
yeah.
Neptune's, Timberland. Like, there's people I imagine who are of a similar boat. I don't know, like
14
that's-
in a year is pretty.
And what's funny
fucking hard
though
to
too is it's not like he wrote them all. Like
No.
he
Right.
had that thing where he took 20 producers to a desert island
Yeah.
and was like, write me hit songs.
Yeah,
Right, well,
exactly.
yeah,
he was the guy in the studio who'd be like, turn up the bass a little bit. Well, somebody's been working on a
Yeah.
beat all
You-
day, and they're just
you know
like,
that-
"Ah,
you know
shut
that-
the fuck up, okay.
You know,
Yeah.
You know that Led Zeppelin song Kashmir? Let's just put it right here. The whole
Yeah.
thing.
And Godzilla is gonna fucking rule.
be. Sending people to the Bronx to go get Cambodian breast milk. We all remember that sketch.
But yeah, March 13th, the Phoenix Lights are seen over Phoenix, Arizona. That's the gigantic V-shaped UFO that you always hear about.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Shaky cam footage. It might be flares on balloons, but who knows?
I believe that movie Phoenix Forgotten from a few years ago
That's right.
is a found footage movie riffing on that.
based on the Phoenix Lights. March 18th, we get the release of an album that I listened to a bajillion fucking times. Whatever Never Amen by Ben Folds 5 comes out and
Re-listened to it recently. Holds up.
perfect fucking record.
Really good album.
This was my first concert.
Really?
Yeah, and I actually I looked it up so I would have the exact date. May 4th, 1998. So 1 year after this comes out,
Yeah.
me and my friends are riding our bikes on campus because there used to be a student arcade, and on the weekends there was nobody there, so
Yeah.
we could ride and play Mortal Kombat,
Oh,
and
hells
Cruising
yeah.
USA, all by ourselves. And then we were riding back past the amphitheater, and there was a big ass free concert going on, and this is what it is. And it was still to date the only time I've ever seen crowd surfing during a ballad. He was playing Philosophy, which I guess turns
Yeah.
faster later, but at the beginning there were literally like guys with no shirts like crowd surfing during the slow part of Philosophy.
Is this the Brick album or is
Yeah,
this one
it is.
after?
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause he has like 3 albums where I cannot keep track of any of the songs on each one. So it's always a real surprise when I look at a Ben Folds record and go, oh, those are together.
Yeah, absolutely.
This
I know Rockin' the Suburbs is on Rockin' the Suburbs.
Yeah,
That's all
yeah,
I got.
yeah.
Right. And that's Ben Folds, not Ben Folds 5.
Yeah, that's his
which
first
has
solo
3
record.
guys in it. It's all confusing.
Very confusing, but great record.
I saw
Yeah.
him. Did you see him at Bonnaroo 06?
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
that was the time I've seen him, and that was pretty killer.
I've seen him, this time in '98, and then I saw him in Atlanta. He played a free show at Underground Atlanta, and then I saw him at Bonnaroo that one time.
It's
So, yeah.
convenient that we were both at the same Bonnaroo, so I can
know,
be like,
right?
"Hey, did you catch this thing?" Because I can't do that with anyone.
Oh yeah,
else.
yeah. No, I remember him standing on top of the fucking piano and all that.
I just remember the best moment was he finished the first song, looked out at the audience, and said, "Guys, there is a shitload of you."
yeah.
Like almost in an alarmed kind of way.
Oh, yes, because
Oh no.
because there was probably 7,000 people standing there watching Ben Folds play piano.
Yep. March 23rd, WrestleMania 13.
That's my birthday.
Is that? Oh yeah, that's right. Hey, all right.
Aries, huh?
Yeah.
You know.
That's right. Wait, that would be your February, so that makes
I'm
you-
January. I'm an
January.
Aquarius.
Aquarius.
Oh,
yeah, okay.
Classic Aquarius.
Classic.
This card is whatever, but we do get the Austin Bret Hitman Hart double turn. Which,
okay,
which,
I was going to say, what are the of notes from this one?
that's the one. That's
you
the one.
watch this live?
No, this is actually the year before I really got super hardcore. So no, but later,
this
obviously,
is right before Attitude, yes?
This is the arguably the thing that happens in November is the beginning, but this is when Stone Cold Steve Austin's era really kicks off in
Okay.
earnest right here. And
So this is the beginning of the Stone Cold stuff.
this is when I think he had
We're
already done
years away at this point from a Zamboni ride that'll change the world.
That's right. Yeah. He'd already cut the Austin 316 promo, but he's supposed to be a bad guy.
Is DX already a thing?
Not quite yet. I don't know. Actually, I think, yes, this would have been...
Is there like a version of him?
DX is about to happen because Shawn Michaels was supposed to be in this main event, but he had the championship and he didn't want to lose to Brett, so he told everyone that he had lost his smile and he went home because Shawn Michaels was a crazy
Wrestling's
fucking
weird.
asshole. It's very weird.
Is The Rock in it in this?
He's
juncture?
still Rocky.
He's Rocky Maivia.
Rocky Maivia. He's
so
still
Nation of Domination.
Not
that's
yet.
what's
Not yet. He's
okay.
he's still a good guy that everybody's booing. But the point is, I only bring this up because Austin versus Brett, WrestleMania 13, largely considered to be top 5 wrestling matches of all time.
Really?
So yeah, it's incredible because Brett
Is that's the top card?
no, that's their set. That's the worst part. Is the top card is Psycho Sid and who no one gives a shit.
Interesting.
But yeah, it's Undertaker versus Sid, and but yeah, that match is interesting because when they go into it, Austin is the heel, Bret Hart is the face. During the match, by the end, Bret wins, but Austin never taps out. Everybody's booing Bret by the end, and Austin is the heel. So in one match, they flip flop.
Interesting.
It's a great thing. Check it out. March 24th, Oscars number 69. The Shrine Auditorium. During the red carpet, Roger Ebert turned to basketball star Dennis Rodman and was asking him a question. Then afterwards, he looks over to his companion, Vivica A. Fox, and says, "What's your name?" She had already been in Independence Day at this point, and Roger Ebert is a film critic. So Channel 7 entertainment reporter George Pinocchio, or maybe it's Pinocchio, I don't know. He was handing out good luck charms to nominees, including he gave beef jerky to Billy Bob Thornton for some reason.
I bet Billy Bob Thornton was appreciative.
Yeah.
He had a little snack during the Oscars now.
English Patient took home Best Picture. Frances McDormand won Best Actress for Fargo.
Yeah.
Cuba Gooding Jr., Best Supporting Actor for Jerry Maguire. So this is Brian Lowry writing for the LA Times. Quote, Best Supporting Actor winner Cuba Gooding Jr. brought needed energy to the proceedings early on with his exuberant acceptance speech, filibustering through the music, daring the director to cut him off.
I just want to... Oh, here we go. Okay, the studio, I love you, and Cameron Crowe, and Tom Cruise. I love you, brother. I love you, man. Derek Rose, Sean Settles, Keith Butler, all my behind-the-scenes crew. Regina King, I love you. You did a great job when we made the movie. Everybody involved with the movie, I love you. Oh, my goodness. Here we are. I love you. I'm going to keep going. Harley Junior Agency, everybody. I love you. I love you all. Cameron Crowe, James L. Brooks. James L. Brooks, I love you. Everybody who's involved with this, I love you. I love you. I love you.
This was his glory years. These 2 years, it was like this. I think As Good as It Gets came out this year
It did,
too.
yeah, yep.
And which he was also. So yeah, he was like flying high at this point.
Snow Dog's around the corner.
Oh yeah,
like an iceberg.
The boat trip is not far
He's
behind.
waiting like somebody is writing the script for radio as he is accepting the award.
This is another quote from the LA Times. History will mark this as the first Oscar cast to be rated under the TV industry's new rating system. Rated TV PG instead of parental guidance. Those letters could just have easily stood for protracted gushing. Ooh, shade.
I think this the first notable TV MA show came out this year. We're still not there.
Yeah, we're getting there.
You're so excited.
I'm so
We're
excited.
definitely getting there. But also, it should be noted, this is the day that the DVD was officially launched.
In 97, really?
Yeah, so they had already put out Twister for Christmas. So they had a Twisted Christmas, and then they launched their first
I believe I own
round.
that Twister original.
I think
DVD.
one of the first DVDs
I was about to say,
you're going to
it's-
set up is Blade Runner.
Yep, indeed. That was in the
It's
first...
the director's cut of Blade Runner was like
first
one of the
launch.
first ones.
Can we do a whole episode on DVDs one day?
Absolutely.
Love to.
I still have so many DVDs that I
Me too.
won't get rid of.
Oh, yeah.
And it is like, I know like we're in the fetishization of like VHS still, which fucking great. Sure. I have VHSs there in a trunk.
Sure.
But like the DVD thing, like I feel like there's a whole generation of like movie fans who like the DVD was like the thing.
Oh, hunting for it and like
Rivers stole my pussy.
Oh, see,
I thought about taking it earlier, so just fortune favors the bold.
Call
Yeah,
me the
I
pussy.
Hey, Carter, you gonna finish all that pussy?
my pussy's sweating right now. But yeah, no,
It's back.
I saw Rivers reach across and grab Sam's pussy. And then did I say nothing? I said nothing.
Yeah.
You know, and then when
When
they
you're-
came for my pussy, I said nothing.
When you're a podcaster, they let you do it.
That's right. When you're in the big leagues.
He's going to be president one day.
Yes, sir.
That's right. Absolutely.
This is just some locker room talk. Don't listen to anybody
This
listen to
is
this podcast.
classic
This is
cutting
locker
room floor
talk.
stuff. Yeah. But yes, no, DVDs, hunting for them, very much influenced me becoming a cinephile.
Yes,
It engages you with like trying to find shit you like.
Director fucking commentaries were a revelation.
Absolutely.
Like having, like, I would
That
hunt
was the
down
original
behind,
podcast.
Yeah, and I would hunt down like behind the scenes stuff, like when Discovery would do like movie magic. But like all of a sudden, every movie I own has the director talking about it, plus a documentary on it being made most of the time. Unless it was just
Yeah.
interactive menus, in which case, what are you
Yeah.
doing? Why are you fucking me like this?
And this is a whole other thing, but it's like it's convenient yet kind of like authoritarian to be like constantly served movies you might like based on your taste, based on an algorithm, and you have to choose from these movies. You don't just hunt down movies like you used to.
And sometimes you just took a flyer on something weird, like especially when you were like getting into classy movies, and you'd hear like a title of something and go like, "Well, I don't know what this is, but like it seems fun or interesting, or the cover is cool." You know, like a Nashville, where it's like, I don't know what this is, but it's got a neat cover.
I did the same thing. I bought the Blu-ray of Nashville, and I was like, "This seems like it's good," and it was great.
Yeah.
March 26th at 3:15 p.m., the San Diego County Sheriff's Department received an anonymous tip through 911 suggesting that they check on the welfare of the residents of a mansion in Rancho Santa Fe, California. It was there that authorities discovered 39 bodies of the cult known as Heaven's Gate.
So I'll bust out the start. Have you guys been to the Museum of Death in Los Angeles?
It's not there anymore. What the hell happened?
What?
Yeah, it's gone.
Oh, did it?
The museum got COVID shut down?
It's like just there's nothing. The sign is down. It's gone. I think
dude, I wanted to go.
It's in storage, I assume. I'm sure they're coming back somewhere. But yeah, of course, yeah, they have that.
Finally, the one thing I will give money to a Kickstarter fucking for. They better sell season goddamn passes.
Yeah.
But they had a fully recreated
the bunk beds.
Yeah,
one of the real
with the
bunk
bodies.
beds.
They put mannequins in the outfit, so you saw the bunk beds the way you would have been if you found the bodies.
Yep.
Creepy.
Earlier in the month, the group had purchased alien abduction insurance that would cover up to 50 members and would pay out $1 million per person.
God, the insurance agent who said yes to that is an asshole.
The policy, the policy covered. The policy covered abduction, impregnation, or death by alien. So
yeah, you know, he went back to the office like, you gotta hear about these dumb fucks.
What am I doing with the money? Well, I'm taking my family to Disneyland. So
I'm moving off of my houseboat.
I'm sorry, it's hard to make a buck out there. I'm sorry.
That's an anal cunt song. You insured a cult.
Yeah, you insured a cult. Then you're in a cult, and then cults rule.
You died in a cult.
Yeah, you died in a cult. Fuck you.
Comets are gay.
Yeah.
I definitely have a very solid memory of going to see the Hale Bop comet, like when it was over.
I remember my grandfather's house, looking up at the sky and having it pointed out to me.
Old people were fucking drunk on Hale Bop.
They loved it.
Every old person I knew at that time in my life could not tell me enough about this fucking comet.
So to kill themselves, they took phenobarbital mixed with applesauce or pudding and washed it down with vodka.
I would think I would go pudding.
Pudding, for sure.
I'd go pudding.
All 39 were dressed in identical black shirts and sweatpants, brand new black and white Nike Decades, and an armband patches
Pretty
that
fresh.
read Heaven's Gate Away Team.
What if you were about to kill yourself, but you're just like, I don't like applesauce?
I'm a picky eater. Yeah. Can you put it on chicken fingers?
I don't want that in my mouth when I fucking die.
One poison nugget.
Bring me Go-Gurt or I'm not going.
I'm not going to put it on a Pop-Tart. What was that guy's name? Marshall Applewhite?
Marshall Applewhite, yeah.
Yeah.
Surviving members said that the identical clothing was used as a uniform for the mass suicide to represent unity, while the Nike Decades were chosen because the group, quote, got a good deal on shoes.
Shout out to one of the boldest SNL sketches of all time.
That is literally my next fucking note,
this
dude.
is why we're friends, Rivers.
Dude,
this is why we're friends.
That's why I wanted to talk about this, because this might still be
the darkest thing they've ever done on the show.
It's goddamn SNL sketch ever.
It's weird because I'm just like, man, this is the kind of bullshit I would do. Like, they'll say no, but I'm still write this.
Yeah, and the weird thing is they have two. So the episode that followed this incident on SNL, hosted by Rob Lowe, musical guest. It was the Spice Girls. They did
hot episode.
They did two sketches about the Heaven's Gate cults, bookending the monologue. So the opening sketch is a Ted Koppel Nightline sketch where he cuts to Will Ferrell as Applewhite, and the cults are partying above the comet trailing UFO.
All
right. Well, this whole killing yourself thing has really turned out to be a home run for you. Tell me, are there any regrets?
Yeah, the castration thing. I was way off on that one, Ted. It turns out it had nothing to do with anything. And in fact, when we got here, everyone just looked at me like, Applewhite, you nutball.
Yeah, but he's on nutball. He's on.
And Will Ferrell,
He's
put a
born to play Applewhite.
fucking amazing dude. Just like he has the
Applewhite
giant.
is a fucking Will Ferrell character.
He has the giant eyes. It's one of the funniest goddamn things. But then after the monologue, immediately,
This is what I'm thinking
The
of.
next thing, a commercial parody happens where they have shots of the Nikes on people's foot, real ones, like news footage, while
News footage of the dead bodies wearing the shoes.
a parody of the Beatles Revolution plays, like the old Nike commercial. Like, so it's like black and white, and they're kind of like different angles, but it's the decades on the dead people. And then at the end it says, "Kids worn by level-headed Christians."
It's crazy to me that was on SNL.
That rules.
That's so fucking funny and so dark.
And the craziest thing is, while they're showing the Nikes on the dead people's feet, you can hear the studio audience losing their mind laughing.
Oh, really?
They're like,
they leave the mic live.
It's crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, that's.
I'm so glad you had that ready to go.
Oh, I there was no chance I could, because I remember it from when I was a kid. I was just like,
that was pretty regular rotation on Comedy Central.
Exactly.
That episode, for some reason, I imagine because the Spice Girls, maybe
they would just anything from that era.
They would run a million times.
Yeah.
So that's those sketches, those episodes I've seen a million times back in the SNL Comedy Central days.
Yeah.
Also, Rob Lowe hosted a bunch of times, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he was like one of the. Yeah.
He's bros with everybody.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
So yeah, April 7th, next candidate for possible Song of the Summer, and I'd say maybe the most currently still relevant song of the bunch.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Is somebody doing a movie trailer?
Yeah. Is someone playing a million soccer games?
I mean,
Let's wait for it. This is one of the best moments in
It's
music.
a pretty undeniable track. It's,
that sound right there, that's how you sell a million fucking records.
And Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
Like, followed by that extremely fuzzed out
a
bass.
guitar, that is a platinum sound. Like woohoo into that guitar.
Oh yeah. Damon Albarn's a genius. I mean, he's been a genius for a long time, but yeah, that's the whole thing. Is like Blur is like this song still sells like fucking iPads and shit.
This is like still a absolute like football anthem
It's
in
never
Europe.
stopped.
Yeah. This in Seven Nation Army.
Cash checks every fucking day.
Oh, yeah.
Off a new commercial.
Once
or
a
movie
decade,
or-
sports picks up a new song, and it was like, y'all ready for this? Blur's song 2, Seven Nation Army.
Seven Nation Army is a weird one still to me, but yeah.
It's because a fucking marching band can play it easy.
I guess so.
If the notes are clean enough that you can have 5 different instruments go.
Right. And a crowd can sing it. Whoa!
Nobody has ever written out the orchestral version of the lyrics. Or, like, there's no bum, 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 bum. Like, that doesn't exist.
It's weird. Yeah, it's weird when marching bands play like Basket Case by Green Day or something like that, and Seven Nation Army. But I've never heard one play song number 2. But
yeah,
that'd be good.
No, this is just what they play over the speakers while like British guys punch each other in the face.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what
Like
this
God
is.
yeah,
intended.
there were. I remember being delighted finding out that Blur was the Woohoo song band. Because I'd heard that like Park Life's amazing and like they're like the institution of Britpop or whatever. And then you listen to, but I didn't know that song number 2 was them.
It's like you hear this and Boys and Girls, and you're like, that is not the same band.
Yeah, it's not the same band. Yeah,
there's zero DNA that should connect this besides the sound.
And very different for the time. Short song.
Very short. Yeah.
Damon Albarn, one of those great musicians where you can do his voice without saying words.
Yes.
4 days later, Anaconda is released.
This was
I saw that in the
Rivers
theaters.
asked me anything that I wanted, and Anaconda was one of the 2 things I could think of.
Look, man, you want J-Lo? You want Ice Cube, John Voight,
You
Owen
wanna see-
Wilson, Eric Stoltz, Danny Trejo, Robin Williams, dad from Jumanji? Baby,
What
you
a
got it.
fucking cast.
Powerhouse cast. And you want to watch the bones from John Voight's face go get crunched up.
And Wink, and his dead body Winks.
He fucking gets thrown up by a CGI snake and then winks.
And
Oh,
he's
it's great.
from Paraguay for some reason.
And you get Ice Ice Cube going, I think I can blow it up.
Oh God! What day did this come out?
This would have been April 11th.
April 11th.
10 years old for me. I am not yet a horror junkie, but like sci-fi and creature features are what I believe.
Right.
And so if you have a large to medium-sized animal that is going to eat mid-tier character actors, you have all of my money and faith for the next couple months. And so Anaconda was a movie where I was just like, was with a blood oath to it of like, you have a big snake.
No, blood
Let's
orchid
fucking
oath.
do this. That's the sequel, which is fucking wild.
I just found out there's a sequel that came out in 2015 called Lake Placid versus Anaconda.
I have not seen anything about it.
Which I realized they're making
Is Oliver
reference.
Platt in the mix?
I desperately hope
I was going to say, I realize they're referencing the film Lake Placid, but it is just funny to imagine the town of Lake Placid fighting an anaconda.
Yeah.
It's
I'd watch either film.
Lake Placid I want to like more than I do.
Yeah. I've never seen that one.
It's like
David E.
Dante's
Kelly.
Peak. Like, this is
Yes.
stupid, but I'll watch it and enjoy it.
Now, Anaconda, I don't know if I saw it in 97, but it was on Heavy Row on HBO.
I bought it as a used Blockbuster VHS.
Oh, wow.
You know, like after the first release when they had 10, they just like sold them for like $3. Like many of my VHSs were Blockbuster used.
Yeah.
April 13th, Tiger Woods wins his first Masters. So this is the rise of Tiger. And
The best golfer of all time.
Yep.
I wager.
And
Suck it, Jack Nicklaus.
Yeah, sorry, Jack.
And 48 hours later, this happens.
This was 97? I thought this was 99 for some reason.
This is much more representative of this year, I think, than any other song.
See, that's the thing.
So
That's
far,
fair.
at
That's fair.
I do understand how America adults were fucking founded by this band.
Yeah, it's egregious. It's
I
still
really
egregious.
get like normally I'm like, you don't understand, old man. This one I'm like, no, I could get how a 40-year-old man goes, the fuck is this bullshit?
Well,
I don't know how Taylor Hanson's 33-year-old at this point, how he goes to sleep at night knowing he was part of unleashing Bop on the natural consciousness. I mean, he wrote it all the way to the bank.
To y'all's point about Third Eye Blind, the chorus is nonsense.
Yeah.
So, you know.
We're going to rock out to that in a minute here.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say this was the biggest single, without a doubt.
It was the song you couldn't get away from.
Yeah, this was like this year's Macarena.
You walk into any store, it's on the radio.
Yeah, everywhere.
They played on multiple radio stations of different genres for some reason.
No one ever talks about the turntabling that's happening in the background.
I didn't know it was there.
God, this really was
Rock
like
rap.
the year of like.
Well, because this is Fly out this year too. We're heading towards the summer.
Oh yeah,
and that's the other one that's the like here like because there's two versions of Fly. There's the one with all the reggae stuff and without.
Oh yeah.
And it's weird when you listen to the one without because like this song fucking blows, and then you put a guy going, I'm so fly, I'm so high, and you're just like, this is the best song I've ever heard.
High, higher than high.
Like,
wait, there's a Super Cat.
yes,
Well,
there's a version without Super Cat, and it's you. I have never felt a hole in a song greater than the Super Cat shaped hole in Fly.
No shit.
The Daily Record out of Scotland noted, quote, Hanson's about half the age of the Spice Girls, but they can sing and play their own instruments and string a sentence together. It must be their American upbringing.
Wow.
Take that, you stupid women.
I love
Yeah,
that.
I was saying, like fucking like looking back, like the misogyny in that statement is fucking insane.
Yeah, well, and I just like that it's also kind of a fuck you to England from Scotland.
Yeah. Which is really why they wrote it.
100%.
Right, yeah.
They don't mean it about the Spice Girls or Hanson. They just couldn't write "Fuck You England" as another newspaper article.
Oh, between the Spice Girls and Hanson, though, my neighbors across the street were having a great musical year. This was like, they were obsessed with both. Like, obsessed.
This is one that, actually, I think we did have Middle of Nowhere now that I think about it. But, like, I just associate this with Now.
Oh, sure.
Really badly. And then, but I guess,
now that's what I call
now I realize I
Volume
can't sell myself out like that because we had the album because I know the song Man from Milwaukee too well.
And the follow-up single, Weird, that no one
Not
heard.
as good as Man from Milwaukee.
No. May 1st, the Labour Party of the United Kingdom returns to power.
Hey.
Tony Blair in a landslide. On the same day, Gigapets, Digital Monsters, and Tamagotchis are released in the United States.
My dad, when I was 10 years old, drove a 2-door purple Honda Civic with a moonroof, and we called that bastard the Gigapet the entire time. And not like me and my brother, my entire family, including my dad, would say, "All right, everybody, into the Gigapet."
I didn't realize that. Well, they're all the same company, Bandai, but they were all released on the same day.
Yeah, it was what level of racially comfortable are you? We have a version of the same exact fucking thing for you.
Wait, was Digimon at this time?
Yeah, that's later.
Digital Monsters became Digimon.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. I found that so when Gigapets were initially consumer tested, it was reported that the first thing most girls did was name their pets, whereas most boys opted to begin immediately disciplining the digital creatures.
Yeah. The whole thing was how quickly could you kill it?
Or make it die of poop.
Yeah,
that was the thing. If you didn't clean the poop,
the Sims things was the same thing. You just make them die in a pile of their own shit.
You know, I could never kill a sim. Like, I tried a handful of times and would feel bad and stop.
Like, you'd eventually just you'd make a door for them.
I can't I'd pull them out of the pool.
Take the ladder out of the pool.
I can't, for whatever reason, like, I don't have it in me to, like, kill a little fucking CGI character. I'm such a piece of shit in so many other ways, but my empathy extends to Sims and Gigapets.
You don't want to watch something suffer, even if it's a simulation.
Only my enemies.
That's right. Just
I never bought a Gigapet, but I did get one somehow in a trade at school. Like, it was one of those
things happen,
and it was the baby T-Rex one. It was Lost World branded. May 2nd, Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery.
We passed my birthday.
Oh, did we?
April 22nd.
Oh, okay, rock and roll.
So I would turn 10 just in time for
Austin Powers, which is the perfect age.
Oh yeah, hormones.
We've all done rewatches of that in the last few years, right?
I watched it 2 days ago.
I feel like everybody our age in the last 2-3 years collectively, let's take a State of the Union on Austin Powers.
Me and Patrick watched it 2 days ago.
They popped it on Netflix right at the beginning of the pandemic, which is so everyone did.
It's such a weird franchise. That first one is pretty solid.
Funny as hell.
It falls apart after that first movie.
2, I like, but it's not anywhere near as good as the first one. But I think I just like Heather Graham, so I'm just like, I gotta give it to it.
The gags from the second one, Fat Bastard, Mini-Me, and the silhouette of him like popping off like the steam thing out of the ass and all that stuff. Those are funny, but
the Will Ferrell bit, the callback thing in 2 is fun.
The funniest part of the first one. Yeah. I'm so badly burned. Please.
The second one is
shot me.
I'm still alive.
The second one's got I'm going to attempt to stand on the leg. Now the bone has broken through and it smells of almonds.
Smells of almonds.
Fat Bastard, just the name is funny.
Yeah.
Like, just how lazy and mean-spirited it is. And the joke of the character just being, fucking fat people, am I right?
Oh, yeah. Body shaming that did not exist at this. Well, it did, but we don't want to be called out for it.
Product placement for Chili's thrown in there.
Yeah. I also, Get in My Belly was they.
That's the lasting legacy.
Yeah, was the I'm Rick James bitch of its time. Yeah.
Wow, that's perfect. Yes.
I listened to a podcast once that tried to pitch what was the most 90s song. And one that was fucking the winner, but came out in 2000 is NSYNC singing the Baby Back Ribs song.
Damn.
Oh, man. May 14th, we get hit with another possible summer jam.
The song rules.
I love all of these. I don't know why I get so excited every time.
Truly does teleport.
It's a fucking parade of insanely catchy shit. This was the space race for the summer jam.
Can we make a Spotify playlist?
We got one already. Yeah.
You know what's it also is? This is around the time I start going to Six Flags every summer.
This is Six Flags.
Dude.
This song, Venga Boys,
Cotton Eye Joe,
and the remix of Beautiful Life from Ace of Base.
Yeah, dude, we would go to the one in Atlanta. We would drive to the one in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Six Flags over Georgia.
And then Hurricane Harbor, the water park, had all the pop stuff. And so you had like Weezer, Saying So, Flagpole Sitta, fucking Losing a Whole Year.
You're a bespeckled man. Have you ever been compared to the guy from Harvey Danger?
Sure,
I
wish. He's tall too.
Yeah.
So I still genuinely love the band Harvey Danger. I have more than one of their albums. I have opinions on King James version, their second album, and the opinion is it's great.
Well, there you go.
I was a huge fan of the first one. Listen to the second one online.
I will say this: give their third album, "Sad Sweethearts of the Rodeo," a chance, because it's like they're sort of like, what if we did like what we did on the first record, but put in a little bit of like 70s kind of
Okay.
like
Yeah.
country folk kind of stuff. It's a lot of fun.
Okay.
Check it out.
A lot of those bands, like Bare Naked Ladies, too, I would say, are like they're craftsmen.
Their,
Like, they're
their
like,
whole back catalog is solid.
dude, that's Enid.
Is
that
Stunt
song,
out this
Enid's
year
great.
coming?
What's that?
Is Stunt out this year?
That's next year.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was gonna
that's
say, like,
98.
That is an album I've gone back to, and I readdressed it as a 10 out of 10.
Can I guess some other 98 ones that aren't 97?
Oh, yeah.
Like Fastball, that's 98, right?
That's 98.
98.
Yep.
Fucking trying to think.
God, I had fucking all of these.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Was was Dizzy Up the Girl? 98.
98.
That's 98. Okay.
Because that's when you get City Angels out, so you get Iris.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Ah shit. So yeah, I'm just like trying
So
to.
you're like me, where Iris is fine, but Slide's guitar riff is just undeniable.
Oh, I mean, I was a Black
Black
Balloon
Balloon?
guy.
Okay.
I was a Black Balloon guy. I love that song.
I love their guitar player because he looks like a fat, cool goth wizard, and they don't let him talk.
Robbie Takeout.
Yeah. He's got a good look, but some of it's the mystery of just like Resnick's never going to let you look at the camera.
Oh yeah.
Aqua's fucking. They were all school teachers before they formed this band.
Really?
Right?
Yes.
Wow.
Weird.
May 23rd, The Lost World Jurassic Park, second highest grossing film of 97, made $50 million.
Vince Vaughn, Jurassic Park is how I remember.
Yeah, that's
that.
right. And motherfucking Jeff Goldblum.
And
front center.
Julianne Moore.
Yeah, that's right.
Pete
Julianne Moore.
Postlethwaite. Richard,
Yes.
what's his face?
The
Not
guy-
Richard Kind, the other one.
The bald guy who gets eaten.
Up to that point in life, I don't know if there was anything I had been that hyped for.
Same.
That hype would get replaced by other things over the years. Like this holds the title until 99 when X-Men is announced. And then that replaces it as the most anticipated thing of my entire existence.
Oh yeah.
But like watching this and going, they've got the fucking high hide.
Yeah. Were you like me and you were really into it until the gymnastics scene?
Yes, I
That's
think
where it breaks.
When I first saw it, I was like, "That's fun," because they cut you from the team joke is fun.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
And then like it's Lost World is one of those movies where I do get sad because years go on and I'm just like, this movie is not good.
I don't know. I've gone back and rewatched it, and that is still just the one thing that really bothers me.
I just rewatched motherfucking Jurassic Park 3.
Oh God,
great!
What?
It
This
is
is William H. Macy, right?
It
it's
is
the one
to-
with the doo-doo.
It's
the phone is in the doo-doo.
It is to Jurassic Park what License to Kill is to James Bond, where it's the trashy exploitation one.
It's lesser, but it's fun.
lesser, but it's so much more fun. Because like Lost World versus that, I will take Jurassic Park 3 because Lost World is very into itself and takes itself awful serious. And then you get over to fucking, Jurassic Park 3 and they're like, we don't give a fuck. We have a parachute scene.
Right.
One of the craziest things about it, I found out they, instead of just doing what they should have done and had some dinosaurs in the Happy Meals, they partnered with Burger King and had watches. Kids' favorite thing, timepieces.
Those watches sucked too.
It's like, this was like the most obvious.
That one that looked metal with the things on it.
It had
and
the
you opened
eye,
it up.
the holographic raptor eye on one of them. Come on, get out of here. May 29th, Jeff Buckley goes swimming fully clothed in the Mississippi River.
It does not work out great.
It does not work out great while singing the chorus of Whole Lotta Love by Led Zeppelin. And the guy he was hanging...
I didn't know that little bit of information.
Yeah,
he was singing "Whole Lot of Love" while he drowned.
He got all hard rocking right before he died. Have you heard his version of "Kick Out the Jams"?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
on the special edition version of Grace.
Yes,
Fuck me, it's cool.
Oh shit!
I really just
love Grace. Great album.
He gets sucked into a tugboat and drowns. But I did just want to include this because the guy he was hanging out with was a roadie named Keith Fody.
Roadie Keith Fody. That's like Dinky. Dinky and Roadie Keith Fody need to fucking
Roadie Fody.
Roadie Fody.
After moving a radio and a guitar out of reach in the wake of a passing tugboat, Roadie Fody looked up to see that Buckley had vanished.
So like the boats, like
So this is the Mississippi River. They're in Memphis. He, for whatever reason, gets in there, and they said in his autopsy, no drugs or alcohol in his system.
Really?
That's the weird. I always thought he was.
I always thought he was shit-faced and he
Nope.
drowned.
Just was like, hey.
Yeah, me too. I thought he was drunk.
This makes it way crazy.
I know. The death was ruled an accidental drowning, where he got basically sucked into the wake of a tugboat.
Weird.
Yeah.
Jesus.
But the official Jeff Buckley website published a statement saying that his death was not mysterious and not a suicide. I'm like, I'll go with not a suicide.
Mysterious
very
shit.
mysterious.
Yeah. Also, that seems like trying to get ahead of any questions being asked. Like
isn't
nothing
that
mysterious about it.
That's
No
just
way.
another person operating on the Matt Farr system, where it's just a place surrounded by mystery and legend
and intrigue. Yeah, it lends itself to mystery and intrigue.
Like this is the same setup.
June 6th, Con Air is released.
Yeah.
Put the bunny down.
Put down the bunny.
A movie that has stood the test of time in a way no single human being in 1997 would have thought it would.
Undeniably.
Undeniably entertaining. The only person cast correctly in it is John Malkovich. Everyone else is
bullshit.
horribly
Everybody
cast.
is fucking
Trejo,
perfect.
great. Buscemi,
Chappelle.
great. Chappelle,
Chappelle, yes. Trejo, yes. John
Buscemi?
Cusack. Oh no. John Cusack was bad in that movie.
Yeah.
The 90s just was like, at some point, we don't know what to do with you.
You're right. Yeah. I mean, and just Nick Cage's accent. My God,
Love it.
It is funny. It is very funny.
I think we can all agree it's a perfect Southern accent.
No, well, that's
It
my
is.
favorite part is that the story goes, and we talked about this on our Nicolas Cage episode we did with Brandy Posey a few years back. Supposedly, his claim was he went and lived in Mobile for like 6 months or some stupid shit to like get down the Alabama accent. And as a native Alabamian, worst Southern accent.
Well, but hear me
ever.
out. If you own dinosaur bones, is that what your accent sounds like?
And apparently, by the way, he finished shooting Con Air the day Con Air wrapped. He immediately started Face Off the next day.
Wild.
Yeah, which is going to come out here in a minute.
He was having a moment at this point too, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. And by the way, on August 1st, 2010, the actual plane used in the film exploded into flames when it crashed into a mountain in Denali National Park.
Jesus.
So just a little side note there. June 13th, a jury sentences Timothy McVeigh to death for his part in the...
What did he do?
Other anal cunts on Timothy McVeigh is cool.
Yeah.
And then 4 days later, we get this one. So, I mean, when
Let it play, baby.
When
Let
I
it
say
play.
the hits keep on coming, boy.
Take it, Super Cat.
They used to be a hard rock out band.
We were talking about that. They were like
They were
a
on
groove-
Metal Blade.
They were a groove metal band or
They
some
had
shit.
a song in Road Rash 3D.
Did they really?
called RPM. I was playing it for him.
We were listening to it this morning.
Oh, this is the non-Super Cat version.
Oh, is it?
This
Okay.
is the original.
Oh, that sucks.
No,
So wait, let's do a
it's
comparison
fine.
here.
It's fine.
genuinely not.
You do miss the whole higher than high.
It's what makes the song work.
Oh yeah, it is one of those like all the parts meld in a way that like even if you hate the band, it's extremely catchy
Yeah.
and like
Yeah. But yeah, this, I mean, again, serious contestant for not just Summer Jam, also serious contestant for movie made in 99 opening credits, for sure.
Well, this guitar riff is pretty great.
That little, that's pretty solid.
They're also a band that wasn't that bad. Their singles made them seem like they'd be more cheese dick horrible, but
Yeah.
they were okay.
Like,
I mean,
they wrote like functional pop songs.
Yeah.
solid singles band. I mean,
I would put them almost in the category of like, I'm trying to think, like, would Chicago be a good example of like a band that like they're not worried about rocking you, they are worried about writing efficient American pop music.
right.
They did it.
I would.
Or like Semisonic, Dan from Semisonic, his sort
Right.
of world of music.
Right, where they're all very influenced by the Cars and
Yes.
shit like that. But like, what's like a band that's like that? They're like the outfield of their. Well, the outfield only had one hit.
It's tough to try to compare, but we're on the same page here, where it's like it's
Right.
a very specific type of band.
Yeah.
because they don't feel like Maroon 5, where they're trying to do
No.
something big.
Right.
They're more just like, if you like it, we will take your money, but we are just going to continue writing songs about hanging out near a pinball machine.
Yeah.
right. It's kind of maybe like a Huey Lewis in the news of
Yes,
its time.
that's it. They're
Yeah.
Huey Lewis in the fucking news. That
Yeah.
is exactly it. We have closure now.
You can't imagine someone killing someone during this breakdown with a poncho on. So 3 days later, Batman and Robin is released.
Youch.
Now, you were asking the beginning.
That was one of the
this.
first times as a child I was like,
This is
movies can be awful.
Yeah.
Movies can be really
and
fucking
I was
bad.
so excited, and
Oh,
it's that weird
so
feeling as a
stoked.
kid, like, wait, I saw the movie, but it wasn't great. How do I?
Yeah, how does this work?
I really had the next week at school riding on this.
Yeah, like I was puzzled. I was like, did I not get it? Or was that just really fucking bad?
I have my specific memory attached to it, which I think I mentioned on the show. I absolutely slammed my hand in the door of my mom's car on the way into the movie. Like my mom was like, "All right, I'm gonna go park. You guys get the tickets. Here's some money." And then bam. Like, and it just the rest of the time I ended up getting 2 drinks. So I had my hand in one. It was just a cup of ice. So that's Batman and Robin.
Damn.
And then while I'm watching, I'm like, "This is just dog shit." And my fingernail turned black and fell off. Terrible.
Yeah, well,
you should have been at the hospital.
No, but I had to see Batman. I had to see People Magazine's Sexiest Man Alive, 1997, as Batman.
when you were like clutching your finger in pain, did your mom look at you and go, "Chill"? Everybody, chill.
What killed the dinosaurs? Slamming their fingers in the doors.
Yeah, let's kick some ice.
Which, by the way, is a little knock at Jurassic Park. By the way, when he goes, when he says what killed the dinosaurs, the Ice Age, it's supposed to be like a fucking
we're the
dunk.
summer tent pole.
Yeah, dude.
I would be remiss without pointing some erasure that people have attempted to do, where you forget that this song not only had that Smashing Pumpkins song, but also had R. Kelly's Gotham City.
My brother had this album. There's also Bone Thugs, Look Into My Eyes.
Dude, yeah, that song rules.
They have a video for it where like it's a tie-in with the movie.
It's like the U2 Thrill Me Kill Me video.
I had never seen it until recently, but yeah, one of them's wearing like a jersey that says Joker on the front.
Fuck yeah.
And a couple of them are like criminals.
Well, this is totally the first
so
time
weird.
The first time I ever heard Bone Thugs and Harmony was that song. That's for sure what it is.
June 24th, Ween releases The Mollusk.
Whoa,
Yeah.
really?
I'm rocking that shirt.
Love that album.
That exact same day, Disney-owned Hollywood Records drops Insane Clown Posse from their roster and pulls the album Great Malenko after only 6 hours.
They're fucking lost. Hit it, psychopathic.
That's right.
In an attempt to placate the Southern Baptist Church, who are threatening to boycott Disney for straying from its family-friendly
Southern
image.
Baptist Church.
The controversy.
You just made somebody's fucking career. Good job.
Yeah, they absolutely made Insane Clown Posse's career with that move. So
And according to an interview, they got signed for $1 million to make that album. So they got paid $1 million, got dropped instantly, turned around, sold it again to a different label for another $1 million.
ICP and
in the course of a fucking day.
Yeah.
Just like, thanks.
So
ICP and Wilco, the two bands who've been able to do that.
June 24th, 1997, the best day of their lives.
Yeah.
They sold the same album twice.
If there is any better example of the level of confidence the record industry had by that point, it was that they saw fucking the Insane Clown Posse and an executive was like, I can sell 25 million copies.
The fucked up part is they were already semi-underground successful before that.
It's the narrative there is the same narrative as everyone else, except for the fact that it's insane and amazing.
Yeah.
Because now you look at acts where, like, we know people where people have been like, they're too weird. I'm like, are they rapping clown weird?
What is a juggalo? He puts a 2-liter in his butt cheeks. That's one of the lines from the great Malenko.
That's how Rivers became a juggalo.
That's how everybody does. You get jumped in.
You get chugged in, they call it.
If it means I get to play The Gathering, get it in there.
So, yeah, Face Off, June 27th and June 28th. At the end of the third round of their second championship bout, Mike Tyson bites off Evander Holyfield's
That
ear.
was this year, too.
The bite fight was refereed by Mills Lane.
Okay, fellas, let's get it on.
Of Celebrity Deathmatch fame.
Celebrity Deathmatch and Judge Mills Lane fame. Tyson was suspended indefinitely from boxing and also had his boxing license revoked. He was fined $3 million and had to undergo an undisclosed period of community service. And after a year in an appeal in court, his license was reinstated. When Tyson and Holyfield retired from boxing, they befriended each other and are close friends today.
You can watch Mike Tyson's podcast, where he has an episode with it.
With Evander Holyfield?
And they talk about it. Mike Tyson apologizes and thanks him for forgiving him. Yeah.
He eat with delicious.
If it makes you feel any better, you want to listen.
He bites him twice. That's the thing. The first bite takes the chunk off, but then he it didn't cut it off the second time, but he bit him on the other ear.
This was also when like Mike Tyson was the scariest person in sports.
Yeah.
Like he would just destroy you.
He was losing the fight. And
People were throwing bouts,
win.
or were not showing up.
Yeah.
Rivers, as a part-time sports announcer,
yeah,
put yourself in the shoes of you and another guy sitting in a box, and you just watched another man eat another man, and you have to continue talking.
I think if I may, I think you pull a Jim Ross as, oh my God.
Yeah, 100%. You go, yeah, he's bleeding like a government mule.
It's a slobber knocker.
Yeah. And also present at the fight, Madonna was there, Sylvester Stallone, Wesley Snipes, Edward Norton, Courtney Love, and Val Kilmer. So just a perfect buffet.
That's a killer. I want, that shitty painting that is like Marilyn Monroe and Bogart playing pool with all the dead celebrities. I want that cluster of celebrities in that painting.
I hope they were all seated together, and in some surreal way, Sly Stallone had to lean over to Courtney Love like, hey, it looks like you just bit her ear off.
I hope he turned and goes, hey, will you get Edward Norton to hand me down some of them jujubes?
Hey, it's like we're in 1997, you know what I mean?
I'm about to be in the movie Ants.
Woody Allen's only good film. And he didn't write it, so that's why.
No, I would say The Curse of the Jade Scorpion is his best movie.
Ocean man, take me by the hand, lead me to the land that you understand. Ocean man, the voyage to the corner of the globe is a real trip. Ocean man, the crust of a tan man, bye bye the sand, soaking up the dust of the land. Ocean man.
Alrighty, we have arrived at the end of June and the end of 1997, Part 1. Join us back here, same time next week for Part 2, July to December. So much more to cover in this absolutely ridiculous and incredible year. We'd just like to thank you all for being with us. Be sure to give Kyle Clark a follow on Twitter and Instagram at Kyle Clark is rad. You can follow Sam at Slam Harder. Carter is at Carter Glasscock, and you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Rivers Langley. Find our show on Facebook, facebook.com/thegoodspod. We are also on Twitter at thegoodspod. Every episode ever, plus lots and lots of clips being added all the time, youtube.com/thegoodspod. The best way to support this show is to head over to patreon.com/thegoodspod. $5 a month gets you access to over 100 hours of bonus content and growing all the time. I just put up a brand new episode of the Dr. Rock and Captain Fantasy show. That is the reboot of my old college radio show that I do with my friend Chandler White down in Atlanta, aka Dr. Rock. We have a great time on that, just playing tunes and hanging out, talking about the good times with our old buds. So I think you'll enjoy that. That is actually a free show. You don't even have to be part of the Patreon to hear that. You can just go over patreon.com/thegoodspod, give it a click, and it'll play for you. But the rest of you, if you want to hear lots of bonus content, including, I think coming up soon, we're going to have actually a big, long review that I did of a very special wrestling pay-per-view from 1997. So look forward to all that over the Patreon. The second best way to support this show is to head over to Apple Podcasts, where you can rate, review, and subscribe. Show that attitude of gratitude, because if you do not have the attitude of gratitude, fuck you. And as promised, here is a little bit from Carter Glasscock's incredible record, available now from Radland Records. This is that time in 1997 when Carter's house burned down. So see you next week for Part 2.
I'd like to tell you guys a story. It's about the first time a girl saw my penis. AKA that time my house burned to the ground. It was in the year 1997. And I was in the bath. I was taking a bath. You know? Don't worry. And we were getting our kitchen worked on. There was like they were like using some sort of like lacquer thinner on the kitchen. Very noxious fumes. And the guy who was working on it was going like, man, it's fucking cold outside, dude. Let's close these windows up. Then he was like, you know what? I've been working pretty hard, dude. I'm gonna light me up a little cigarette. And I'm gonna throw it out on the ground, covered with lacquer thinner. And then from the bathtub, I heard this noise. And I thought to myself, they're using a blowtorch on the kitchen. I don't know. My dad comes in, he's like, there's a fire! There's a fucking fire! Everyone get out! There's a fire! You gotta run! There's a fire! And I was like, ooh, what? Like the cucumber slices on my eyes fell off. My dad like spit the candle out. There's a fire! I'm like running out. I didn't grab a towel. My brother like kicked me and like to get out of the way. I run outside and I'm like in front of the doggy door and shit. And like my dog's like biting at my ankles and shit like that. And this guy, let's just say this guy looked hilarious before he was fully engulfed in flames. You know what I'm saying? He's like running around and shit, and there's like all scragglies going behind him and shit. My dad like checked him and like was like rolling him across the yard like a burrito and shit. And he's like, oh. At this point, our neighbor had come across. He like climbed the fence, and he was coming to see what was going on. And he was like sitting there. He's like, oh my God. We got to call the fire department. We got to call the fire department. And everyone's like, yeah, we do. Yeah. He's like, okay, who do we send across the street to tell someone to call the fire department? Naked kid. I was like, are you serious? Ow, are you serious? What the fuck? And he was like, right, okay, no, I get it. And then he gave me his shirt. As if that's what I needed. Like I'm just gonna like gingerly Winnie the Pooh across the street. What dick? So I take this asshole's shirt and I wrap it around my twig and bear and I'm like running across the fucking yard. I look like I just escaped like a child sex slave ring or something. I set the house on fire. And I get across the street. And what this guy also failed to mention to me is that his daughter was having a spend the night with every girl from my grade in it, and they all answered the door at once. And then, like, my hand shook, and I dropped the thing, and I said, can I use your bathroom? And I've been on Tinder ever since.
The Goods from the Woods was recorded and edited by me, Rivers Langley. You can find our show on Twitter @TheGoodsPod. Our theme song was composed by Jonas the Space Cowboy.
This was a Brain Freeze podcast.